And what a shot from Kirika, taking that off the ceiling, underneath the ball, and straight down the middle.
Oh, there it is, out of the blue!
2 seconds left on the clock and the Joker finds something out of nothing!
Now, that pass from Shadow was immaculate, playing it straight down center. He just had to get a touch, and it's all he needed.
Sonic has a chance, it's an open net if he sees it. Looking for the shot downfield, goes into the corner, Kilogram! He gets the goal!
They're just in front of the net. Nuke barely keeps it out there, dies on the goal line. The long shot, it finds it through. Entity gonna pick it up.
This is RSC Season 3 in Sub-Saharan Africa, and all of the pre-work is done. All the pre-season hype, all the drafting, all the shaping of rosters, all the preseason games, the preseason playoffs. We are now into the hard hostilities of league play. This is league play week 1 of 9. Welcome to it. I'm Greybeard, and we are all thrilled to be rolling this out. And as we should do, we should thank the people who are helping to bring this to us. And those, of course, are our 2 sponsors this season. First off, all the prize pool, 18,000 Rand prize pool, courtesy of Nixa. And then our broadcast sponsors who are involved every step of the way with our preseason broadcasts, this broadcast, and all our broadcasts going forward. Genesis Extreme, bringing you all the action. Hello and welcome to it. Let's have a look at our calendar. This is where we are. We are in week 1, starting on the 9th of September. It ends, the weeks start at midnight on a Monday and end the following Sunday at midnight. So 9 to the 15th of September is week 1, and that's the road we have to travel. It all culminates at the end of October, where we will then have playoffs on the 11th. Monday the 11th, we'll have prospect playoffs. Tuesday is rival, Wednesday is elite, and Thursday will be the banging master final to bring the season to a close. But that is tomorrow and many tomorrows. Right now, right before us is tonight. What is happening tonight? There you see it up on the screen. We have one prospect series, 2 rival series, and 1 elite series. First up will be Accelerate and Swana. And a reminder that every series is 4 games. These are league play there are no best of anything. All 4 games are played in every series, and teams win a single point. You win a point for every game you win. So if the series ends 2-2, both teams will get 2 points. If you win 4-0, the team getting the 4 gets all 4 points. And league play is all about chasing the most points to finish in the top 4 so we make playoffs. And for our first 2 series tonight, I am delighted to introduce our casters, Lolanizer and Muzz.
Hey, Greybeard, that's it. We're back with the RST, SSA, the actions here. Thank you for such a beautiful introduction. Me and Lol, we're feeling the passion. Love it.
I worked on the intro all day, so I'm glad you appreciate it. Lolly, how's it?
How's it, Greybeard? Yeah, great job on that intro. I am so excited to be back with RSC League Play coming up 9 weeks straight, and I'm so hyped to see how the teams perform in all the tiers across the board.
So this is, every season of RSC has built on the one before, and we've come such a long way. And we see it growing every single season. I think we had 260, 270 players sign up for this season. And it started out as the biggest community esports league on the continent, and it's just getting bigger. And Muzz, I guess the fantasy is that at some season in the not too distant future, we might see the playoffs on a LAN.
Hey, wouldn't that be exactly what we want? I think, everyone behind the scenes, yourself, Bromeo, and more. That's exactly what the dream and I think the goal and aspirations are here, Greybeard. Get a nice big RSC LAN, get the community heaved together, and yeah, I think it's a good one. I mean, you and we got drafted even, so hey.
Absolutely, we're in and amongst the hostilities. Lolly, I'm not sure I've seen your name on a roster.
I am indeed on a roster. I'm chilling with the redirect team. We're actually playing here in the prospect game.
Okay, nice. And what tier are you in?
I'm chilling in elite. I am just barely in elite.
So yeah, but still in there. All right. Well, Prospect is our first game, and it's Accelerate and Swanner, I think it is. So we're gonna be heading over to that shortly. So Muzz, Lolly, I'll leave you to talk about the game.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Greybeard. Lolanizer. We've got Unitox taking on Redirecture, and when we looked at the preseason, they both had a pretty good preseason. I think both finishing about second. We won't count the actual semi-final, grand final playoffs. I think they're both second from that preseason, and so both quite good rosters, quite good finishes. Decent kind of players. Prospect, yes, lowest tier, but it seems like players with the biggest heart, right? So.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, coming over here from the Redirect Accelerate side, we have Wien van Rugen. I don't know how to say that. Jake the Snake, Dark Adept, and Razor. Fun fact, we have 3 Razors over sitting in Redirect's teams.
So many Razors. I looked through the previous roster as well. Yeah, not too bad here as well. So that's Redirect Accelerate here. Good CVMs as well, the 1100s. And so, nice stacked team there from Redirect. And when we check out Unitox, of course, everyone knows Alex. There's Eben Fenter, and of course Matthew as well playing on that outfit. And so Alex in Prospect, I don't know if that's, Lolan, as you play against him often, I think. As Alex a Prospect player, maybe that's a little bit rigged, who knows?
Well, Alex the Fanatic is actually a really solid player. I've played with him quite a few times.
Good.
He is pretty good, but we'll see. We'll see how good he is on the field, because remember, it all depends on how your team rotates around each other and plays with each other. Just having one good player doesn't quite set you that far away from the rest of the teams you're playing against.
Yeah, true that. I mean, he's 1,200 rels. Not too much better than guys like Vion and Jake the Snake as well. So I think it's going to be a close game as well. Again, we looked at the preseason, very close between Unitox and Redirect there as well. So I think he has a nice tight series in front of us, lol. You can draw 2 apiece as well. Everyone's going to get points there. We don't have a best of 4 series here. And so I think it's just going to be one of those nice tight RSC fixtures.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be pretty even between these 2 teams. As you mentioned, they're sitting very neck and neck in that preseason, although they have yet to play each other in any official RSC game. So I'm very excited to see how they do against each other.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a nice big one as well. Eben Fenta, I think one of the guys I played against when I was also doing a few tryouts and Prospect preseason games, and nice and, compliments Alex Stefanik well. So, you say it's not all about one player, and it definitely is not all about one player. And so I hope both Unitox and Redirect have got a nice complement, of players here. The GMs and the AGMs have picked up guys they want and guys they feel are going to bring that flavor to their prospective franchises. And so here we go, game 1 of week 1 here, lol. It's going to be a goodie.
Oh yes, it is. Game 1, week 1, best of 4. RSC is finally back, and we are going to be heading off with an absolute bang.
Nice, bro. All right, here we go. Game 1 underway. Unitox Swanner taking on Redirect Accelerate, and already demo straight from the get-go. Lolanizer on our new map as well. How beautiful this thing is.
Beautiful map indeed. I'm also pretty excited to see how the players change between each season. I watch them, and different seasons, they tend to play a little bit better than the previous. Especially here in the Prospect, lots of improvement. There comes Alex the Fetic, trying to get the ball out of his half. A little bit awkward here in the orange half of Swanner. Managed to keep that away from the net though. Wheatpix Big pinch out. Going to get the ball right back down into Accelerate's half. Maybe an opportunity here for Tswana. There's a good shot. Will be saved away by Accelerate.
Alex taking a little poke in the prod there as well, kept up. But Jake the Snake, he's going to run it down that right-hand flank. I think he was looking for a bump though as well, but picked up by Irben. Kept out here by Vian. Maybe there's a shot here. Someone's going to take that opportunity. Wheatbix with the first goal.
Beautiful goal coming from Tswana. Wheatbix, nice 50 as well coming from Ben. Wheatbix for the finish. Find Accelerate a little bit out of rotation and find the capitalization. But only 1 minute into the game as well.
Yeah, if you do get your Wheatbix in the morning, lol, then you're all sorted for a great day.
Oh, yes, you are. But Accelerate there looking to get a little answer pretty much immediately. A Dark Adept. Good air dribble goes onto the post. He has another shot. Good save coming from Tswana. A little bit awkward there, high up on the side. Will be kept away. There's a little bit of a double commit, though, from Tswana's net. That's something you want to be keeping an eye out of because that might be a bit dangerous in the future.
All right, so still 1-0 right now at the moment. You have Prospect here as well. Nice big banger down the field all the way, and can we see Tswana want to be able to hold on to this ball. Wheatbix wants to cut out Jake the Snake as well. Does have Doc depth in the net? He's going to be able to poke that one out. Snake. Jake the Snake running it down. Nice little pinch there from the corner from Irben as well. Doc goes up. It's going to go a couple pixels shy there from the box as well. So Accelerate is trying to get a first goal here in game number 1. Can they do something? Dark Adept though has to push it back. Alex up. Irben pushes over the halfway mark as well. Can they try extend the lead yet? Tswana, they're going to look for a second goal as well. They'll fight in there on that halfway mark. Vian looking for the ball. Demo onto Alex, cutting him out, getting rid of that 1200 player.
Those demos can be very crucial. Getting that play off the field is such a beautiful thing. Just opens a little bit more space, a little bit more time for you to capitalize. Jake the Snake, huge clear downfield, will be returned with a ping pong play from Alex the Fettig. Now Dark Adept, touch, goes out to an offender. A little bit awkward here. Will be kept away nicely by Dark Effect though.
Still struggling here. Redirect, Accelerate, not on the board just yet here, Loldenizing. So they want to try in this remaining 2:30, try get something on the board here, try push maybe, a win or that draw here of the series. But at the moment, still here, still in Unitox's hand right now. Irben trying to get past 2. Can he do so? Blocked out there by V van Rooyen. And so nice defense there coming up from the Accelerate lads. V van Rooyen going up again as well. Does he have Jake the Snake though? Not able to come in as that second man and drive the ball home. Alex going up for this one. He gets into there. So does Dark Adept though. Has to punch that one out. And so active defense here really darn good from Unitox. V van Rooyen from the corner. Nabs at 100. Can he get it out? Alex though, maybe taking the shot. Oh, kept out. Alex. Close. No cigar.
Dark Adept trying to get it forward. It's Alex the Fettig though. Right there for the bump. Beautifully done. V van Rooyen, good touch to the ceiling. Jake the Snake there for the follow. Tap to the backward once again. Could be an awkward spot. Wheatbix doing a great job on defense to get it away. Touch not quite as strong as Redirect wanted it. A little awkward here for Tswana. It's sitting in the midfield. Good clear coming through. Pressure goes back to the side of Accelerate's defense.
Just a little bit of a loose period of play right now. No one grabbing onto the ball yet. Tswana obviously sending that long clanger downfield as well, not holding onto the ball as best they can. Maybe Wheatbix from the wall going to try something there, but nothing sticks though. And so again though, it is Accelerate on the back foot. They need to get the equalizer. They want to force the OT. They've got a minute to do so here, Loldenizer, but it doesn't seem like anything's going to stick for them. Alex sending all the way downfield and Dark Adept. Again, that active defense here coming up from Accelerate has to deal with that ball. Wheatbix gets demo done. Of course, we know nice new demo respawns are a good addition to the game.
Those demo respawns are very helpful to know where exactly you're going to be. Tswana, back in defense, 50 seconds left. This is where Redirect wants them to be. They need to try get a goal pretty much as soon as they can. That ball, though, is going to be a little bit too awkward. We'll get Tswana back on field. Alex Fettig looking for the shot. Beautifully done. Extends the lead to 2 goals for Unitox Tswana.
Yeah, and Jake the Snake, right, he's just tracking this ball the whole time. He gets it with a pre-jump as well, but not in time. Able to stop out Alex there. And so, there it is, Unitox Tswana. More than likely, we can say LOL here, getting game 1 done and dusted. Of course, 41 on the clock. Can we see Accelerate? Put the foot down onto the pedal and see what's going to happen. Alex has to clear that one. Jake the Snake though with the recovery doesn't get past that defense here. Tswana holding their own. They've got the big bull horns in front. They're making sure that Accelerate can do nothing.
Here they come again. Maybe another opportunity. A little awkward there. Kept away nicely by Jake the Snake. Alex Pathetic looking to progress that play a little bit more mid. Nice pass off the corner. No one there to follow. Dark Adept. He needs to get a goal now to maybe get the opportunity for a kickoff goal. The ball will roll off the backboard. It's a bit too close to it though for Redirect to capitalize. That's 3 seconds left. I think I'm comfortable to say Tswana take away game 1.
Game 1. Oh no, okay. Just when I thought this was maybe going to be a small little consolation goal that coming out from Redirect. Accelerate. Nothing happened there. Lolan Eisen. So our winner, Unitox, Tswana on our scoreboard there. They do get the 2 goals as well through Wheatbix and Alex Stefanik. And so there it is. Game 1. Done and dusted here.
You do see on the points though, Wheatbix, Alex Pathetic, and Eben van Venter, they played pretty good with Unitox. They stayed pretty even on the point side. When you go take a look at the Redirect, you know, you're sitting there with 2 people in 201, just sitting a little bit shy on the 50 points. Made you show a little bit more cohesion in the Unitox roster.
Yeah, things looking good there at the moment. Just maybe a bit of a slow start here coming up from Redirect, Accelerate as well. We see too much gumption coming out from them here, Lolanize as well. And so we need to see what can they do when we get into game number 2 as well. Are they going to have a little bit more cohesion, a little bit more possession? Can they hold that ball down? Maybe it's the jitters, maybe it's the nerves. You know, we're here in week 1, so, you know, we can kind of set all of those things aside because, of course, there are still 3 more games in front of us.
There definitely is a lot of time to go, and usually that first game tends to be the game where you're feeling out your opponents and finding out exactly what you want to do to take them down. So we can only hope that Redirect Accelerate have been doing that in the first game, and they are ready to take on Unitox Tswana here in game number 2.
All right, well, let's get it. And already a demo straight from the get-go. V van Rooyen gets absolutely blasted by Alex, and Alex pumping that ball to the corner there as well. Looks for that pinch. Is he going to find a second man coming in as well? He won't. Eben van Venter just a little bit hesitant in that second man roller, but Eben pushing him from the corner as well. He's going to look for the second touch. He won't be able to get it into the top right-hand corner though, but Wheatbix, our first scorer from game 1, looks to get in on that action.
That ball could have been a little bit awkward with the third man commit. Now will be Jake the Snake slamming it all the way back to the backboard. Wheatbix, beautiful touch to that back left corner. Will be Alex Pathetic to follow it on. Both teams sitting pretty even right now, but it's only been 50 seconds of the game.
Yeah, I was to say, if we had 50 games already, that'd be quite an achievement as well. But anyway, let's continue here. So Accelerate, right? They can score first, Lolanize, and I think that's going to put them in good stead as well. But not if they're getting demoed like that. And Eben getting rid of V van Rooyen again. Long ball down as well. Alex, can he get the shot? Van Rooyen has to make that save on the near post as well. Him and Dark Depth just coming off of that near post. They want to try clear this ball. They want to get rid of any offensive threat coming out here from the Unitox side. Alex holding on to the ball here on the midway. But Dark Depth is going to run it up as well. Does he have teammates to pass infield? He might be able to as well there. Wheatbix, though, clearing it from the near post. Just Unitox. They don't want to concede.
Now, Eben Venter, big tap forward, but we kept away this time by I keep forgetting his name. Take the Snake. That 50 lands up back into the right corner. Could have been a bad spot there for Redirect Accelerate. Nothing bad comes from it though. Another good tap forward will be kept away this time by Alex. Big booms down the field. A little bit of ping pong. I like to see the clears. Will be a bit of broken spot here on the Redirect defense. Wheatbix looking for the shot. Lands off the far post. Alex going to keep it around. Beautiful clear coming from Jake the Snake.
Dark Adept, they're just getting up to make a save as well. He thought Wheatbix would be able to score this one again as well. Maybe there it is. Okay. Redirect, Accelerate. They open the scoring here in game number 2.
They do indeed, and that's a good turn coming from game 1 where you're sitting 2 goals down at the back end of it. Now you find yourselves with a lead. 3 minutes left on the clock. Tswana, they're going to try find a response. Hopefully take that an extra game to their lead, but Redirect, they're not going to let that happen easily. Here comes Alex Pathetic off the backboard. Lands on Jake Snake. Beautiful shot coming through. Will be kept away by Wheatbix. Now Dark Adept. Touching to the sidewall will be V van Rooyen. Big bang forwards. Little double commit there on the back post. Could be a bit awkward. Dark Adept. Beautiful pass mid. Here comes Jake the Snake. Tries tap to top right corner. Does get denied by the backboard. And it will be another clear by Tswana.
Yeah, you'd love to see it, right? Just have a little bit more venom here coming up from Accelerate as well. They're taking more shots here against, Tswana's backboard as well. And again, so many clears here having to come out from the Tswana outfit. Wheatbix again pushing that one onto the post just to try clear that ball as well. And so nice urgency and more threatening plays here coming out from the Accelerate side. There it is. It has to go in. Jake the Snake makes it 2 for the team, 2 for himself.
The goalpost there, teasing us a little bit with the bounce off the crossbar to the floor, back to the side, and off the bar again. But that will eventually find its way in and accelerate. They've turned the tables compared to game number 1. They're now sitting with that 2-goal lead, but there's still plenty time on that clock for Tswana to bring it back and maybe find themselves in the overtime.
Yeah, remember we said both these teams had a great preseason, Golden Eyes, so we were just waiting for Accelerate to warm up, shrug off that game number 1 and show us what they're made of here. Jake the Snake scoring 2 goals already here. Minute 50 left on the clock of regulation. What are we going to see from Unitox? Can they bring it back? Can we see that Weedbix get on to the scoreboard? We saw a couple shots at the post as well, just getting kept out. And so can do a bit more damage as well. Demo from Irvin. And so that physicality here from the Unitox side is great, but nothing being converted into shots yet.
Yeah, that physicality can be beautiful. Here comes Dark Adept looking for some of his own. Beautiful shot from Jake the Snake, kept away once again by the Tswana defense. They don't want to let a third goal go in now. Big clear downfield will be kept away by V van Rooyen. Weedbix keeping the ball around, keeping the play. Alex defending that touch will go to the side. Will be a shot from V van Rooyen. Good save by Weedbix. I like to see this pressure from Redirect Accelerate. They're keeping it on. They're not letting it go. Something they were very much lacking in game 1.
We saw the 2 shots and 2 saves there coming out from Van Rooyen as well. And so we can just see Accelerate. They've picked up the tempo and the momentum here in game 2, Lolanizer as well. The scoreboard is showing that as well. 2-0. They want to equalize the series at the moment. Just still 49 on the clock. Can we see Unitox Tswana bring something back? Weedbix, he's looking for action. He's only taken 2 shots at the moment. He's looking for more. Can he get past this D? He can't. Dark Adept's going to keep it out. Jake the Snake wants to run it up that corner. Alex, though, pots it just a pixel shy on the right-hand side as well. And now Alex, Weedbix, they've passed him. Can he get the flick? Maybe he's going to look for the action. He can't. Doesn't get the hat trick. Oh, my goodness. Opportunities here in front of Accelerate.
Again, I love that physicality. I saw the demo attempt coming through. Couldn't quite connect, though. Weedbix, not much boost on the sidewall. Did have a good idea on the play. Alex Pettig tries to 50 it in, but it will be kept away. V van Rooyen looking for an opportunity maybe to extend that lead to a third. And it's just going to be a little bit awkward here in the corner for a little bit. Tswana, they don't want to let it go too early. 2 seconds left. That will be game number 2 going towards Redirect Elevate. Oh, Accelerate, not Elevate.
Well, they've elevated their game, I'll tell you that much, Loldenizer. So there it is, 2-0 on your scoreboards right now and screens at home, and 1 apiece in the game series. They've tied things up, lol, and that's what you want to see. We thought Accelerate, they were playing slow in game 1. They didn't have the possession and went holding on. But Dark Depth, V van Rooyen, and Jake the Snake, they've proved us wrong here on the desk.
In the game 1, I mentioned how Redirect, their points were sitting pretty scattered. We had 2 players both in triple digits and one sitting there in that shy 52. And now, in this game that they've won, they're sitting nice and even.
I know, exactly. And now we just see that Unitox Tswana here, Loldenizer, right? They're the ones that kind of had the more lackluster game number 2. A lot of saves coming off of the post from them. Weedbix, right? They try push it onto the post to make the save, always kind of on that back foot. And it's nice to see, right? We've spoken about these 2 outfits. We know they had a good season coming here into game 1. They're showing us how good that season was. Now here we are, tied 1-1.
1-1 between the 2 teams. Both of them were sitting second in that pre-season, as you mentioned. Definitely the game we were expecting. I'm expecting this one to go the distance. I do want to see an overtime. Both teams, though, they've managed to win their respective games without conceding any goals.
Yeah, exactly right. So everyone's doing incredibly well on the shoot and the goal scoring department. Of course, the defense has been great, but as you said, everyone's been able to get through without any conceding as well. So what can we see here coming out from Weedbix as well? Maybe looking for that early goal, doesn't happen, but Irvin to clear it up. Alex, though, he's a cheeky one from the corner, doesn't find a second man, though, but I like the intention.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Redirect Accelerate has swapped out one of their players. Now I see Razor is sitting in the field. See if he can make a difference. Good try from Jake the Snake onto the backboard. Weedbix, that 50 goes a bit awkward. Nice 50 coming from Jake the Snake once again. Weedbix keeping it around in that Tswana corner, trying to keep that pressure, trying to keep the momentum that Redirect Accelerate has off that game number 2.
Razor coming off the bench. Is he the impact player for Accelerate? We're gonna see if that does materialize. Razor beating out Weet-Bix there, not Alex. Alex trying to pop it up from his own corner. V van Rooyen bringing it down. Can he get any semblance of a player on the Tswana defense though? And already Jake the Snake as well, fighting tooth and nail. Can he get it past him? He can't, because Eben Venter is fighting him and bullying him out of that defensive third.
I love this aggression coming from Redirect Accelerate. This ball has been sitting in that Tswana side for pretty much most of the game so far, forcing out a few awkward positions. Weet-Bix, that 50 is going to go very wide out to Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake, I like how he misses the ball, but he immediately turns to go for the demo. He makes something out of a play that could have been just him rotating back.
He's going to clear that one quite easily. Jake the Snake was threatening, but it's okay. They cleared from the corner as well. Bit of a loose ball here across the Tswana face of goal. A bit too precarious for my liking here, but they don't concede, so that's okay. Weet-Bix popping up Jake the Snake with the early contest. I like it. And just Accelerate. They're getting in the face here of the Tswana players.
Now V van Rooyen off the side wall. Jake the Snake also up. Gonna opt out to let it go for Jake the Snake. A little bit of an awkward touch. Will gonna land up on the corner. Weet-Bix looking for the opportunity. Gets past one. Trying to maybe get a play. His teammates might be in mid. He's going to pop it up high over Jake the Snake. Razor has to rotate back before he might be going for the demo. Nice pass coming through. Couldn't find the shot though. V van Rooyen going to keep it around. Keep it going off that backward. Keep that pressure going for Redirect Accelerate. They've been doing that very well throughout this game so far. But Tswana has been having absolutely beautiful defense.
Yeah, Jake the Snake getting the 2 goals previous, and now he's just sitting, I think, with nothing so far in this game. I don't see any demos coming up from players just now. There we go. Weet-Bix at least did get the 1 demo as well. So physicality again, yeah, coming up from Unitox, but nothing getting landed up front just yet as well. Alex with the catch. He's going to send it all the way downfield as well. Unitox not holding on to that position. Maybe want to slow down the play and see if they can control a bit of a 1-2 pressure going forward, but it doesn't seem to happen there as well. So as you mentioned, the ping-pong game here, back and forth happening, Lolanizer, and no one looking to score just yet.
Yeah, definitely. The ball is just finding its way between both sides of the field. That could have been a bit awkward, but will be kept away nicely by Razor. Jake the Snake touch to the corner. Alex Petic chasing him down immediately for that demo. Little bit of an awkward spot on the net. Maybe a good opportunity. Beautiful save coming from Tswana, forcing V van Rooyen to rotate all the way back with as much speed as he can to keep that from going towards the redirect net.
And that ball was just like inviting someone to score, right? It was just hanging around in the box. No one wanted to score. And I thought, even me being, you know, this measly 950 or whatever I am, I could have probably scored that one. But nonetheless, minute remaining here, Lolanizer. Maybe we're going to get that OT that you asked for.
Maybe. Still sitting 0-0 as you mentioned. Alex Defectic. We'll leave that one for Weet-Bix. Weet-Bix now gets past 1, looking to get past 2, gets a beautiful 50. Last man commits. The ball will be bouncing just off the post. Is it there for the shot? There it is! Eben Venter for the shot to bring the first goal of this game to Unitox Tswana.
Oh, and just when we thought no one's looking to score here in game number 3, we see Eben Venter from Unitox Tswana get that scoreboard as well. Minute remaining here of regulation. Can we see Accelerate bring it back there? Finally, Unitox, they get that eventual goal after so many attempts.
Redirect Accelerate though, they're not really left with that much time to find the answer to that goal that Tswana found, and they're going to shoot in a beautiful extra shot from Alex Defectic, extending it to 2 goals, and they're just making that life for Redirect just a little bit harder with that goal.
Yeah, just that rebound, unfortunately, very unfortunate for Jake the Snake, though. Goes straight to the post, into the hands of Alex. He's able just to pot that one home. And so, you know, here at the dying minutes, lol, you just see Tswana bring it back. It's 2 to the good, same as what we saw in game 1, same as what we saw in game number 2 as well. Accelerate, 30 seconds remaining, need to be able to do something as well. If history says anything, we know that the games end this way. No one is able to bring back any consolation goals.
Maybe a good opportunity there from Redirect Accelerate, but the truth will stay. Alex Defectic maybe looking to break it up. Beautiful pass in mid. Will be a little bit awkward. Will bounce over net. No one there for the capitalization. Weet-Bix keeping it around. Double commit off the defense to keep it out of net. And so far, as you mentioned, it does look like history is going to repeat itself once again here in game 3 between these 2 rosters.
Just needs to go down. Just needs to get the 0-0 seconds. Just someone's going to hold it up. They won't. There it is. Down. Unitox Tswana taking game 3.
And it's pretty interesting how all the games so far have just been 2-0 towards that winning team. If we look here on Redirect's side, it's sort of a repeat of what I saw in game 1, where they're not playing as cohesive as a team. They're just letting, I don't know if they're letting the touches go a little bit badly, but none of the points are showing that they are staying together and all playing together as an entire roster.
I mean, and we saw like Razor has got the 18 touches as well, maybe just playing a bit passively on the Accelerate side. A couple demos, well, not too many demos. It was due to the 5 demos coming up from Unitox as well. They're low, so again, that more physicality from them. But is that a trade-off for them being able to score and shoot, right? Very long into the game 3, do we find those goals 1 and 2 come out? So are you trading physicality now for the ability to be able to shoot and score? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, definitely. That physicality could definitely also be helping them a lot. When you're getting rid of the defenders over on your opposition, just opening up a little bit more space. You're making it a little bit more awkward for them. Now you're sitting in that spot where you're sitting with this short 2v3. That demo cam helps a little bit to get you back into rotation as fast as possible, but it doesn't help enough to get you in time if a shot's coming off the demo immediately.
I think also just the small mistakes, right? We saw Jake the Snake, that ball kind of going to the post and the rebound being favorable for Alex. And so sometimes, it's not always what does your team do that's doing well. You're just able to grab the mistakes of your opponents and, economize on them.
Definitely. Redirect Accelerate though. They're going to try do what they did over in game 2. Bring the goals back. That ball gets pitched a little bit awkwardly off that back post. Now Alex Fetic pushing it forward. I like that little pop. Beautiful follow-up to get it to mid. Razor and Beef on Ryan. Little double commit. All 3 of Redirect in the corner. That could be a bad spot. Beautiful shot from Ibn Venter. Finding that opening from all 3 players sitting in that awkward corner of Redirect.
Everyone just getting grouped up there in the corner. A bit of a party at the 100 canister as well. Meanwhile, Irvin says, well, I want to shoot this one. So nice early goal coming up from Unitox. Finally, first 30 seconds of game 4 here. It's good to see. Can you see Unitox extend Accelerate? Can they bring it back as well? Oh, almost a double coming up there from Jake the Snake.
Now you're hoping for Redirect that the history we've been seeing between these two teams is not going to repeat itself. I like the demos coming up from FIFA and Troyan. Won't really lead to too much Jake the Snake keeping it around. Wheatbix, beautiful touch off that back post. Gonna just clear it downfield, get that ball going back to the Redirect half, look for another opportunity to extend it to that 2-goal lead. There's a triple commit coming from Accelerate, not immediately capitalized on. In fact, they actually get a really good clear coming out of it.
Downfield, Razor still on the pitch. He's been able to put one in up for Van Rooyen. Able just to go slightly wide there as well. Now still pressure being threatened here from Accelerate as well, but the counter from Irvin. Alex is going to pop it into the corner. Wants to steal the 100. Maybe he actually looks for the touch. Oh, almost gets the juicy angle.
Almost that beautiful shot, almost extending it to that 2-goal lead. Van Rooyen, big touch to the backboard. Razor following it up, goes to the backboard as well. Wheatbix, great control. We'll get the bit of the ball out. There's another demo coming through. Alex, he was going for the demo, but he himself got demoed. Ball a little bit awkward over the Accelerate defense. Double commit. Ball does not find its way in, and now Jake the Snake sitting in a 1v1. Can he capitalize? Big touch to the backboard. No one there to capitalize on it immediately, though. And Redirect, they can't score just yet.
Score just yet. Alex already been followed hot on his heels there by Irvin as well. And Jake the Snake looking to pop one up as well. Does look like Razors. Maybe looking for the bump, maybe looking for the pass though, but maybe missed comms coming from Accelerate as well. Does it go over? Oh my goodness, it doesn't go over. Is that V and Roy though? I don't know if he saved it, but nonetheless, they seem to find a goal, lol. Tell me what the hell just happened here.
That was so awkward for Fee Van Rooyen, and the ball bounces off the post right back into his nose where he clears it up. Luckily, his teammate was sitting, waiting to pounce on that and gets the goal in. And finally, we see this history of the 2-0 wins being broken here in Game 4, where they're both sitting at 1-1 with 2 minutes 44 left on the clock. This game could go either way, Muzz.
Oh, that would have been gross for Accelerate if Van Rooyen gets your shot in and then accidentally saves it, and luckily Jake the Snake came to follow up as well. So here we go, 1 apiece, Game 4. Can we see a bit more action here coming out from either side? Good catch coming out there from Wheatbix as well, cut up by Jake. Jake wants to push it, steals the canister, goes all the way up here the right-hand flank as well. Can he beat out Alex? He's not going to be able to get that second touch. Does have V Van Rooyen though underfoot. Unitox wants to try drive this over the halfway line as well. Wheatbix is able to do so. Irvin maybe takes the shot here as well, doesn't get the double. Close, so nice threatening pressure here coming out from Unitox. though, and Alex and Eben both camping here on the halfway line, just trying to see what kind of pressure they can put down here onto the accelerate side. Razor wants to try drive it home here, still going to follow up as well. Good play coming out from him.
Like that.
Jake's there though.
Little bit awkward here, sitting a little bit awkward here in front of the net. Good attempt coming from Jake the Snake, won't quite make its way in. He's going to follow it up. Great touch to the backboard, maybe the follow-up. Kept away by Evan Venter this time. Razor looking to keep it around. Does manage to find one of them on the sidewall, bumps him out of rotation. V van Rooyen looking for the 50. Beautifully done. Will be a little bit awkward. Will be cleared away though once again by Tswana. Both teams looking absolutely amazing on that defensive line. They're not letting much go through here in game 4. They are not willing to let this game die.
Now, why would you, right? We're going to drive this one all the way to OT, lol, the nines. That's the aim of the game here in game 4 on Forbidden Temple. Eben wants to run it all the way past Raze, is able to do so. V van Rooyen's camping there at the back. Easy indeed, though. It's going to be a bit of a wide one. Maybe Alex is looking for a dirty angle again. He can't get it, though. And ball still here, well in Unitoc's possession. And Accelerate want to try clear this one. Jake the Snake looking to try clear that one from his own corner. Gets over one. Can't he beat out Eben? V van Rooyen though. Can he get the pop over? He can't get that second touch though. Almost able to drive it home. Jake the Snake is there. He wants to try find a goal of his own. But Accelerate getting kept at bay. Getting stopped in their tracks though. Unitoc's Tswana defense too good as well. And Jake the Snake has to clear that one. And so one AP still here. Loldenizer. We might find the OT.
I was about to say, I'm scared to call OT too early because the second you mention one of the teams will find an opening, in this case, it's redirect, accelerate, beautiful pass, beautiful finish, accelerate, extended. If we want that overtime, Unitok Tswana gonna have to find something in the remaining 23 seconds of this game.
There's nothing better than being proven wrong, Loldenizer. There's nothing better in my entire heart and life than being proven wrong there. So redirect, accelerate. They bring it back. They lead by 1. Unitox, maybe here's an open goal. They should be able to do something. There's a touch from Alex. There's no touch from Alex as well. That was the equalizer. He whiffed it. Now the ball going downfield. 4 seconds remain. They need to close up the series. They could tie the series. Here it is. Oh, there it is. Lol, there it is. They get tied 2 apiece. That's it. Everyone gets the points. No one wins. That's what we got to say.
To be fair, that was a very difficult shot for Alex to be putting in. The angles were just not quite adding up. He had the opportunity, but it was a difficult one, and he could not quite find his way around that ball.
Yeah, can't find it there, but you know, we did mention a great bit mentioned for us kind of in the pre-des there. Loldenize, of course, they're 4 games. It's always 4 games, and you can get a point this year, and you can, of course, draw. And so there we go. We said pre-season, both these teams, Unitox and Redirect, they looked hard together. They drew this one as well. Game 1 series, just there's going to be a nice little grudge match and competition being formed between these 2 franchises. I see it.
Yeah, definitely. They're sitting pretty even, though I do love to see from Unitox, they're pushing those demos just a little bit more. 11 demos for them over the series compared to Redirect 6, almost double. And it did benefit them in quite a lot of positions, especially when they were being very demo aggressive. And I feel like those could benefit them more if they just keep relying on them a little bit more in the future games.
Yeah, definitely close then. You know, Alex, I don't know how he's going to feel. Very close to equalizing at their end, and just unfortunately doesn't get a touch on there as well. So I don't know, Greybeard, does Alex feel like that was his opportunity and it went and slipped?
Well, listen, of course, you're always going to feel that way. I mean, if you've got an advantage and it doesn't happen, but spoils are shared. Both of them will walk away with 2 points, so that ain't bad. And then I just want to say how's it to the Bromeo who just arrived into chat. Good to see you, and good interaction there throughout in terms of the team support, which is very good to see. Pepito in there doing his thing. A great Flace also doing a lot of supporting, and of course the Dogman who we got to see live on stream. Lolly, I don't know if you caught that on the podcast, if you saw the interview with the Dogman, but quite something. The youngest player in RSC, and with a lot of attitude.
Yeah, I did catch it quite a bit, and he looks very confident, and he is very good as well. He has the capabilities to back his talk that he does throw.
Yeah, no, so great to see him there and doing well, there you go. The prospect tier done and dusted. Points shared. That will be the end of week 1 league play for them. Of course, this all starts again at on the stroke of midnight. Although I don't think anybody's playing in that sort of midnight to 9 a.m. slot. I think it's a little quiet out on the servers for RSC and the rest of everything that in terms of ranked or casual and so on. But that is going to bring us to the end of the prospect tier. And then if we have a look at our schedule again, we know we've got 4 series to get through. One of them is done. Accelerate Tswana is now done. Redirect Unitox ending in a draw. Next up is the rival tier. That's 1 tier up. And that's Bravo Force against Viola. And it's the continuation of hostilities with Critical Force and DSQ. Critical Force having a fantastic time in preseason, winning 2 of the playoffs in Rival and Elite. So this is a rematch, and DSQ finishing second best in 2 of those. So Muzz, they are going to want to be exacting some revenge, will DSQ.
Yeah, they're definitely going to want to get the dub here, grab it as well. Of course, you know, in Rival, we saw Critical Force take down, or they won the whole pot between Elite and Rival. And so I suppose this is a real nice litmus test to see, can Viola take down Bravo Force, or do they still hold strong here onto their Rival victory?
And Lolly, I mean, based on preseason activities, you would favor Critical Force. But as was pointed out a number of times, you know, preseason spoils is no accurate determination of league play, and I guess the question for Critical Force is, can they continue that momentum into league play?
Yeah, it's a great question whether Critical Force is going to be able to break the history that's been going since RSC begun, where the preseason teams don't do as well in the actual main season. So we're hoping to see Critical Force break that, but DSQ are going to do everything they can to get this win.
All right, well, chaps, you guys sum it up and take us into Series 2 of 4, Week 1 of League Play.
All right, here we go. We back, Loldenaz. We back, and we've got Bravo Force, Critical Force. They taking on Viola, and of course, rival tier. Here we are, Critical Force. They won, preseason winner, of course, taking on Elite as well. So, you know, this franchise, they're feeling a bit smug. You know, they're walking into game 1. They dropped the bag in the locker room, lol, and they're feeling good.
Yeah, and not only are they rival teams, they are genuine rivals to each other, seeing each other in that pre-season grand finale, and we want to see whether Critical Force will keep that sweep going. They got the sweep there. They're going to try keep it going, maybe get another 4 points here. Viola, they're going to do everything they can in their power, in their will, to keep that away from them.
Yeah, that's going to be the case as well. And we just go and we check out our juicy rosters as well. So Tubbsy, Ender, Divine, of course, Divine having left Dynasty as well. Nice little transfer there. Bumped himself up from Prospect to Rival as well, Loldenizer. I know you've played and you've been in the season a bit. What do you make of that, right? Nice little bump up in that transfer.
That bump up in the transfer can actually be really nice. For quite a few players, it can be a little bit awkward for you to be playing in a league just a little bit below where you feel you are, because the plays just tend to be a little bit slower, a little bit more awkward for you, just because you feel that extra confidence when you're playing at that higher level.
I mean, this guy's sitting, 1,250, right? So Divine be cracked, right? He's good. He's ready for action here. So I don't think he's going to be too stressed there when he plays in the bigger leagues, of course, Loldenizer. And then again, Bravo Force, you say this is the team, Papito, Vino, Flash, right? You said this is a big rivalry grudge match. So, of course, 4 games ahead of us. We don't know how it's going to go down, but I'm very keen to see. It does look like 2 reunion players on either side as well, which is very good to see.
Yes, definitely. I fly away. Everyone knows him. Sitting over on DSQ's side from Reunion, and Amiru playing from Reunion for Critical Force. And we know how those Reunion players are. We know they are absolutely cracked out of their minds. They destroy us in every single ranked game we go into.
Something about the French, right? Something about being French or being a French territory just makes you good at Rocket League. It's in the genes, it's in the DNA. I love to see it. So there we go. One French player per side here. Viola versus Bravo Force. I think it's going to be amazing to see Lola Knives and how it goes down. I saw Ender there on the roster as well. Ender kind of, in our high school leagues and, playing within those spaces as well, coming up as well. We spoke about Dogman and how good Dogman is there on the side of Dynasty Jokers, but Ender as well able to hold his own.
Yes, definitely. Both these teams very solid, as they proved in the preseason. But those preseason stats can be a little bit iffy when you get over to here. This season brings on that extra pressure, that extra stress, and it can just pull a little bit more on yourself and make you just play a little bit worse. That might not get you through the main season as well.
Yeah, well, pressure does make diamonds, and so either you step up to the plate and you say, I am good in the preseason, I'm going to continue for 9 weeks and still be good, or you're going to crumble. And only those teams with the grit are able to go the whole distance.
Yes, definitely. You have to be willing to keep your mental straight. You have to be willing to keep on pushing through whatever gets thrown at you during the RSC playoffs, through everything, through the league play. You have to make sure you stay on that A level. You keep yourself consistent. You keep on scrimming with your team, because as I've mentioned, the cohesion with your team is extremely important in keeping yourself in the game.
Game number 1 of the rival tier. Bravo Force taking on Viola. We've said enough. We're going to let the players do the talking on the field.
Definitely. Here comes Tubbsy, looking to push the ball a little bit forward. As we mentioned, this is going to be rivals here, so the plays might speed up just a little bit. I fly away. A little bit too awkward to get the touch off that. Will be kept away. Ender trying to get the touch forwards. Flashy Boy will be there to keep it away. I love to see Flash. We see him. He's played very well in previous RSC seasons, so I'm excited to see how he does in this one.
Who's going to be able to break the deadlock? Who's going to be able to score first here in rival? Bravo Force, Viola, and already I fly away. Looking to get a big stab and name down. Oh, Tubbsy though finds the goal. Viola on the scoreboard.
Viola bringing the goal on. They're showing that after that preseason beat from Bravo Force, they are not giving up. They are bringing it with the pressure. They are bringing it with the guns, and they are not here to mess around.
Not here to mess around at all. They get that beautiful opener. Can they hold on to that lead? Of course, they want to. 4 games here in front of us. Flashy Boy. He's going to run it all the way down the flank as well. Gets it almost a touch to himself as well. Emiru wants to hold into the ball. Our French player from Reunion, but I fly away as well from the corner here. He's going to run it up as well. Doesn't have too much in the tank to play with as well. Nice little redirect back to Ender. Nice little pass back to your defender. He's able to punt it forward as well. Oh, just cut out on that halfway line. And now Bravo Force. Again, winning the preseason. They want to try stamp their authority on this game.
DSQ Viola not going to let it go through though. Ender looking for the bump. And that's going to be a little bit of open net. Last man on Bravo Force saw the bump and he decided instead of saving the net, he is going to go and fetch boost.
And there we go. Tabusi. Oh, nice little flick over. They get 2 as well. I think that's 2 for him as well. So nice little opener here coming up from Viola and Bravo Force. We know you can do it. We're going to try shake off the game 1 jitters. Still 3 minutes remain though, so tons of time to do something. Ender wants to block over the play. Amiru as well from his own corner. They want to try now. Bravo Force play from their own defensive third as well, but I fly away. Might be able to get the pass out to his man up front though, but it's cut out.
Amir, a little bit of over touch, does get sent back to the corner where Flashy Boy is waiting. Flashy Boy pushes it past 1. I see there was one more as well right behind him for the demo. Good touch to mid, will be kept away. Tubbsy now, looking to get the ball just further down that field to get it back into that Bravo half and maybe try find another goal. Ender looking to do the same. Will not quite get the touch, and now it's Puppy. Great demo coming from Viola, preventing that 1v1, which could have been very awkward, but it will be completely nullified.
Amiru was up with the ball, so is Puppy as well, sending all the way downfield. Maybe Amiru able to get the second touch as well, finds the rebound for a second man though, but Puppy not able just to sink that one as well. Flashy Boy coming in from third, wants to try get it on the action though, and Bravo Force not able to find that first goal just yet though, but the intention is there. Shots coming in thick and fast. Flashy, well, just a pixel shy that doesn't get the second touch as well, so nothing coming from the near post for them, but Bravo Force definitely looking for that first.
Miru trying to bring the ball forward will be ended to kick it right back to that side of DSQ, although the ball just keeps on finding its way back up this time, looking for an opportunity. Will get pre-jump, that touch to the corner. Going to keep it in possession of DSQ for just a little bit longer. Ender, big bang downfield, denied immediately by Bravo Force. They're on that ball immediately every single time. They're not letting it find its way back to their side. They're not letting Viola find any pressure for themselves to hold on to.
Just getting stuck in their own half, stuck in their own defensive third right now. You know what? That kind of feels okay to me when you're up by 2-0. It seems like you can be stuck in your own half and not really move forward because you're winning the game anyway. And so Bravo Force, all the pressure's in their camp right now because they have to score. And they have to score 2. In fact, they have to score 3 because you can't just draw the game and get that OT. You actually have to try win it. And so Emiri here trying to get the dunk, trying to get something. Flashy Boy also look at other ball. Everyone's driven up. Puppy's there as well. If there was a quick counter-attack here coming up from Viola, every man from Bravo Force was up. It doesn't seem to be the case. Looking for a dunk again. No second touch there from Bravo Force. No goal. No first goal coming up from them. A fly aware. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. He finds it. There it is.
Relentless pressure coming from Bravo Force. They're not letting go of anything, but the second iFly finds an opportunity. He fakes it under Puppy and gets himself the third goal for DSQ here in game number 1.
Oh my goodness, and just there seemed to be this relentless pressure being put down by Bravo Force, and just in an instant like that, right, Viola able to put a third on in that very swift counter-attack coming from them. So 3-0 here, minute remaining in regulation time. Game 1 of the rival tier, and Viola holding their own now, doing the most on the field. Amiru looking for the ball, stops it on the sidewall as well. Puppy's all the way back, he's going to rotate and be that third man in defense. Can we see something coming out here? Ender wants to try to drive this forward as well. iFly at the back is going to get onto that ball. Nice little catch from the corner. Pops it over, beats out Amiru. He's country man there from Reunion. Ball's up, ball's loose here on the halfway. Can they drive it? Backboard touch. Someone get the read as well. Nice little shove out by Amiru. He wants to get that D though, but they're down by 3 though. So I don't know if it's going to count too much though. And iFly, he just cheeky gets the pop over 1.
And now Viola, they've pretty much certified this game unless Bravo Force can find 4 kickoff goals in a row, which in the terms of Rocket League is not entirely possible for them. Impossible.
There's a flyaway, he's got 2 and Tubbsy's got 2, I think. They're sharing 2 apiece here. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, please. But I think that's the case. They're doing incredibly well.
iFly, that touch will end up in the mirror. 13 seconds left. The game's pretty much sealed. Hopefully Bravo Force that they can find one just for the road, find that consolation goal. That little double commit though might give an extra one going to Viola. Good save come from Flashy Boy. Puppy hitting it forward. iFly away, just trying to keep that ball away from it. They don't want to let that goal come through in the 0 seconds. They don't want to give them any hope of the games to come, and they will not allow it.
Well, signed, sealed, delivered. There it is. DSQ Viola. They take game 1. Of course, 3 still more to come here. Lolanizer and Bravo Force. Just a bit of a lackluster start.
Yeah, a bit of a lackluster start, but I also wonder if DSQ went through all the games that they played against Critical Force over in that pre-season final. And I wonder if they just picked up on a little bit of mistakes that they could be capitalizing on, which they have been doing here in the first game.
Yeah, no, definitely, right? You want to go study your opponents. You want to go do those VOD reviews. You want to go see how can we improve and what are our opponents doing worse than us. And of course, we did see Tubbsy and iFly. They both get the 2 goals in that game as well. So I think I saw 2 or 3 shots coming out from Amiru. But then he had like 130 as well on the scoreboard, so not too many touches from him, but he had attempts. And so just Bravo Force, just quite often they're on the back foot, or just really strong defense as well, coming up from Viola.
Yeah, Viola, they definitely had that insane defense. When I looked at the stats, their saves were pretty much on par with how many points they were all getting. They were constantly in defense, but they were still scoring tons and tons of goals against Critical Force.
Well, here we are, game number 2. If you're supporting Bravo Force, shout in chat. If you're supporting Viola, make your name known, shout in chat as well. Let's see what's going to happen. It is 1-0 going towards DSQ Viola at the moment.
And we're going to see if Bravo can make a bit of a difference here. Puppy will touch it out. Amira there to keep it further away. Good touch from iFly. It will get a little bit of double commit from Ender as well. Good touch to the backboard. Kept away this time by Tubbsy. Trying to progress that ball further out of that side. Get it out. That's another awkward position there. They're all in the corner. It will be saved away by Tubbsy, sending it all the way back down to that Bravo Force's defensive side, where maybe he can try find an opening to get an opening goal.
What are we going to see from Viola? They're holding on to the ball. They're trying to wrap around the bend. They can't, though. But iFly, maybe he's going to get over one. Can't get past Puppy, though. And Puppy going to be able to stop it on that halfway mark, though. But Ender popping it up. Going to get it past Miru. As Miru trying to block it out as well, though. But iFly trying to look for that early dunk, though. Get kept at bay. And so far, the defense from Bravo Force looking good.
Looking good indeed for Viola. They're starting to bring up a bit more pressure than they've been having in that first game, despite that they were still sitting with the lead. Great touch to the backward. It will roll directly up. Puppy there for the clear away. Will land back in his corner. Trying to just get that ball out. It's a little bit awkward here in that wide side of the net. Ender looking to progress it forward. Great touch, Ben. It will be to, I think that was iFly looking to follow, and look at the double commit coming from Viola, giving Bravo Force finally a goal after 4 unanswered.
Oh man, and just Bravo Force struggling to find the back of the net, but they finally do. Huge 104 kilometers per hour there. Amiru gets the opening here for Bravo Force. That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see what can Critical Force do, and they've found the back of the net. They end it straight from the kickoff as well. From the corner, he's going to be able to poke it. He does! Oh my goodness. Gets the kickoff, gets the corner, plays to himself, and absolutely pokes it home.
DSQ finding themselves an immediate response to Bravo Force's goal here in game 2. And they are not letting this one slip away this early on.
Oh, no chance, right? No chance. Ended there with the beautiful kickoff and the beautiful play to himself. Lol, and as a why do you think Viola going to count themselves out just yet? There's no chance. Well, Pappy takes the save though, but he passes it straight to Ender. And Ender makes it 2 for himself, makes it 2 for Viola.
Viola, they're going to keep the pressure coming. They may have conceded first here in game 2, but they are going to bring the lead back home, back to where it was in game 1. Still plenty time on this clock, though. This game could definitely go either way between these two teams.
We spoke about the young talent. We spoke about the future prospects. We mentioned Ender in that conversation, Loldenizer. He's just scored 2 here for his team.
He has indeed. He's just showing exactly what he's capable of. Tubbsy, though, looking for the beautiful double tap. Will tap it low, Flashy Boy. The patience on the net is what gets him to get that save forward. Now it's Puppy getting clear forwards. Ender, star player that you mentioned, getting the ball back out into that Bravo Force half, trying to find an opportunity for Viola to extend that lead by an extra goal, but it will not quite come. Critical Force sent back to defense.
And everyone there for a second just seemed like they had no boost on the side of Viola as well, but they all seemed to pick up a pad. Oh my goodness, that was an absolute crash coming in from Flashy though. But Tubbs keeping that one out. Oh my goodness, Flashy almost smashed that one home though. Find the equalizer, nothing's gonna stick though. And Tubbsy, maybe he's gonna find one of his own. All the way from D to offense, end to end. Just says Viola, they make it 3.
Tubbsy flew out of nowhere for the defense, and then got that beautiful touch onto the backboard, which sent 2 players from Critical Force up into the air, giving him a beautiful open net. 3-1 Viola. Ender looking to make it 4-1 with the shot off the kickoff. Taps onto the backboard. Good shot coming through. Will be just off, but iFly aware. Immediately on that ball. He's aware that the ball is going straight to mid and that there is no one on Bravo Force there to clear it out and keep it away from that net.
Oh, and these reunion players, they're so scary, right? They're just able to do things here. iFly gets a 4th for his team as well. 3 difference now on the scoreboard. Still 2 minutes remain in game 2 here. Loldenizer, that's a little bit scary for me. I hope we aren't about to see Viola get some serious cooking done.
You know, at the start of the game, at the start of the series, I thought Bravo Force might have had a really good opportunity, but Viola, they found their footing once again in game 2, and they're looking to just progress it even further and further every single time it comes around. And yeah, ball's a little bit awkward. iFly aware on that immediately on the pounds. Ball lands up in Tubsy. Good pass to the corner. iFly unable to reach it in time. Tubsy can take a bit of time, get the ball a little bit closer, try to get one of those defenders out of Bravo Force. Ender, great shot to the top corner, will be kept out. iFly touches onto the backboard, looking for the follow from Tubsy, and there it is. 5 goals to Viola.
Nothing more beautiful than just some great team play as well. We see the big 1-2 coming out from Viola. iFly starts it though, gets the second touch on the wall. Tub able to sink that one. And so we went from a 3-goal difference to a 4-goal difference here. And so DSQ Viola holding down game number 2. Of course, it's not over just yet. Of course, LOL, you can, of course, tie up a series. And Bravo Force definitely able to do that. But game 2 here, not going their way at the moment.
As of right now, they have about 24 seconds per goal if they wish to bring this one back. And with how Viola's playing on defense and on offense, that is just looking pretty unlikely for the team of Bravo Force. That shot coming through, beautiful banger, kept away by Flashy Boy. Ender gonna keep it around, big touch to mid, iFly away. Unable to get the ball back to Tubsy. Tubsy gonna go all the way back to net. And maybe an opportunity here for Bravo Force. They need one immediately if they wish to keep themselves in game 2.
Need to do something quick. We see the whole team kind of not on boost at the moment as well. Everyone's just kind of struggling to pick up pads here from Bravo Force. And I think Amir was able to pick up that canister just previously as well. But Flashy Boy again having to play from his own half and his own defensive third. That just seems to be the story of Bravo Force in game number 2. Always playing from that back foot and defensive third. They're Ender challenging fast and hard. They're trying to cut them out. Amir looks for the bump plays, looks at the demos as well. Is it going to find? Yes, it will though. It is beneficial.
That is going to be very good for Bravo Force's mental going into the 3rd game, although it might not get them the win here in game 2. If I were them, you know, you might be sitting in a state here of we're losing 2 games in a row by 4 goals. Might make it a bit awkward, but that goal here with 10 seconds left might just be what they need to pull themselves into a win in games 3 and 4.
Gotta pull yourself up by your bootstraps and head into game number 3. Heads up, chins up. But at the moment, that is going to be Viola taking game 1, taking game 2.
You know, they're definitely showing that after that pre-season grand final, they have done a lot of work and they have pulled themselves to a new level of synergy between their teammates, and they are pushing as much as they can to get Critical Force down those 4 games that they lost in those grand finals.
Yeah, just the 4 shots though coming out as well from Bravo Force, and I just think we saw that domination there from Viola LOL, where they weren't handing ball to Bravo Force, they were keeping the possession, and so 4 shots tells us, right? They kind of moments here and there where they thought they could take opportunities, and it's just it wasn't sticking all the time for them.
Yeah, and you know, when you compare those 4 shots to, I think it was 19 or so coming from DSQ, you realize just how much pressure DSQ was holding there in game 2, which is a bit of a gameplay switch from what they had in game 1, where they're sitting on that defensive line very comfortably and scoring off of the mistakes of Critical Force.
Yeah, and just I think at the end there, when we see they kind of switch things up, right? Amir is looking for the bump plays and kind of trying to get rid of defenders, then they score. But you weren't doing that 3 minutes prior, right? You kind of waited till the end of the whole game to decide, like, we got to try switch things up and change things. And then it came to fruition for them a little bit too late. And so game 3, Bravo Force taking on Viola. Viola already 2-0 in the series. What can we see coming out from Bravo Force?
I would love to see Bravo Force enforce those demos and bump plays that you just mentioned a little bit more and a little bit earlier on. DSQ, they're looking to make an opportunity right off the bat with iFly away. Couldn't quite get it though. iFly keeping the ball close. Puppy gets the big hurrah. That's going to be a little bit of a stretch. Ender will be there in time to keep it away. Big tap to the backboard. Gets it over 1. Flashy Boy, a little bit awkward. Puppy will be forced to make a save. That's another commit coming from Viola. They're keeping the pressure going. They're not giving Bravo Force that much time to recover, get their boost back, and get into a good position.
Flashy Boy waiting patiently there just to be able to catch the ball. I think it was coming down from Ender as well. So Flashy, at least good maturity, good patience. You want to make sure you're not going to kind of rush any pre-jumps or try to get rid of an attacker there as well. And now Bravo Force in the attacking seat. Can they do something? They're trying to bring it down there, but Ender from that back wall. From the corner there as well, Flashy Boy wants to take a shot as well. Maybe this is a good one. iFly though, he's going to keep it out as well. Just when you thought it was top bins. Oh, again, for Bravo Force kept at bay. And so just testing this defense here of Viola. And at the moment, it's rock solid.
Although it may be rock solid, it is interesting to note that I think pretty much every save in that progression was a bit of a double commit. That's a beautiful 1-2 pass play. The ball not quite in the net. Tubsy looking to follow it up. Almost gets it in. Flashy Boy does a good job to keep it away. That ball now is going to be onto Flashy Boy. Tubsy will be back in time to try and get this away from his net. A little bit too awkward. Puppy there for the shot. Goes off the side once again. Both teams, they're just finding the angles just a tiny bit wrong to get an opening goal in game 3.
Oh my word, just a pixel shy either side here, lol. You thought Puppy was going to be able to sink that one, he doesn't as well. And of course, Tub being back as well. Good third man position in that defense there from Viola. Oh man, just Bravo Force. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking you've got to be able to score. You've got to be able to sink these shots, though they're so close. I can imagine it's going to come right for them in just a moment here, lol. iFly from the corner. He's going to look for a man, though. He can't. Flashy Boy. We're able to pinch that one out as well. Ender to iFly. Can they do something here? Viola, there's a man coming in sharp, though. Does he get that angle? Tubbsy wants to take the shot, though. Kept at bay. And so Viola put in again. Pressure here onto Bravo Force there, but Pappy and Flashy Boy both able to clear that one as well. He's going to be able to pop it up to the wall. He wants to drive it over the halfway line. Can he do so? Flashy Boy goes up for the ball, makes a touch. It's a bit of a soft one. Can someone bring it down? Maybe there's going to be a dunk here coming out. Oh, iFly though with the save, keeping Bravo Force out of the goals.
Those reunion players being absolutely cracked. He got bumped in the net. He finds a recovery immediately and gets onto that ball. Here you see the confidence in that pre-jump. He is not waiting around to find out where they're going to hit it. He just knows exactly where that ball's going to land up. Viola, they are not respecting Bravo's force right now. And they're just going to keep on pushing and preventing goals from getting into their own net.
Close. Nice little bump on the top there. Oh, okay. iFly has to keep it out. Flashy Boy, baby, from the left-hand corner wants to shoot it in as well. And the clock's ticking down so fast, lol. No one's been able to score here. We're already 90 seconds remaining of regulation. Flashy Boy. Vino on the pitch here. So they've made a quick sub, and so Vino's here. Flashy Boy out for Ender in the corner as well. Need to be able to push this one forward. Nice little stop there from Pappy. It's going out to the sidewall. Can he get the second touch? He's going to still hold on to this ball. iFly, I think, looking for a bump, trying to get rid of an attacker. Flashy Boy, it's going to come down. Can't get the touch, so he'll steal rather the 100 canister from the corner. iFly, able to take it up. Puppy's still there as well. Does he have a second man? Vino just waiting in the wings, trying to see what opportunities lurking for Bravo Force. Vino sending it once again downfield. iFly, he's there. Pappy, he's waiting. It's a bit of a mix and match affair here, lol, and no one able to really do much.
After bringing in Vino, as you mentioned, they seem to have found their footing just a little bit better in this series. That could be a bit awkward. That little, the double work coming from Bravo Force could have been detrimental. Viola, though, they weren't able to capitalize. There's still 37 seconds left on the clock. This is the first game we've had where it hasn't been an absolute huge lead coming from Viola.
Yeah, no lead from no one at the moment. Yet 26 seconds remain, and no one's getting their money's worth just yet in the chat. Pappy's gonna pop it up. Can someone be able to score first as well? Flashy Boy, he popped it up, but Tubbsy, he gets that nice save on the right-hand side. And so Ender holding on to the ball. iFly, maybe a bit of a miscomms there. Can we see something coming up from Pappy? But again, Tub from the corner and the back wall able to shove this out, and looks like we're going to go straight to OT, unless Flashy Boy, he can do it. He can ensure, lol, that we don't get overtime.
If you dare mention the overtime, the gods of Rocket League will come over to your house and decline that opportunity immediately and take it off of your tongue. Bravo Force finally find themselves a goal and get game number 3 into their belt.
Oh my word. And Flashy Boy, he waited till what, maybe the last 4 seconds to try and get that top bins, lol, as well. Just when I thought, yeah, no, casual, we're going to go to OT, Flashy Boy says, hell to the no.
Oh, yes, he does. And something to note, there's been a few less demos in this game than there have been in the past games from both teams. And I wonder if maybe that is what Critical Force were able to capitalize on. Just the fact that their teammates were just more in position more of the time.
Yeah, as well, and they did replace Amiru there as well. They put on Vino, and so we're going to see maybe Vino plays and stays for game 4 as well. And so we're going to see if that is the case here. But nice, just better kind of urgency coming at you from Bravo Force as well, Loldenizer.
Yeah, definitely very good coming from Bravo Force. And I do think Vino is going to stay on the team for game 4, just because of the fact that once they brought him in, the game seemed to stay a lot more in the control of Bravo Force, whereas in game 1 and 2, where DSQ were absolutely dominating that field and not allowing Bravo Force any opportunities to score.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a very long period of play before anyone could score here in this game 3 as well, and just Vino playing really well up from that third man and holding onto the ball and making sure that they could drive from their defensive third up at least until the halfway line. And so things looking a little bit better here for Bravo Force. Of course, nothing too sinister coming up from Viola there in game 3. And do we see another tie in series here come out in the rival tier?
It is very possible. I was hoping that was going to be a demo attempt from Bravo Force, but the first man decided to not go for it. Ender getting to clear out Flashy Boy. Keeping it around, I-Fi now. Lots of boost in the tank, lots of space. Does hand it out to Puppy. Puppy now going to try capitalize off of that touch. Will be landing back in the hands of Tubbsy. Puppy is just going to stick around on that ball. He's not going away just yet. He's just going to keep on pounding on that ball and not giving too much space from Viola. I-Fi though finds it through. Ender, good touch to the backboard. Kept away. Puppy, a little bit of an awkward touch there. Will going up to Tubbsy. Tubbsy there for a shot, and Viola, they find couple mistakes back to back on the side of Bravo Force that allows them the opportunity to get the opening goal of game 4.
Yeah, and once again, when the relentless pressure from Viola just comes to fruition, they get that goal. They're able to pop over the last man. I think maybe it was that Pappy at the end was beaten as the third man, and so Viola up 1-0 here in game 4. Relentless pressure from them. Maybe squeak it in another. Oh my goodness, Loldenizer squeaking in. Ender does. He gets it here off the play, brings it down, able to find the tightest angle to do so.
Wow, that angle is absolutely disgusting from Ender, and it manages to stretch the lead of Viola from 1 to 2. And this is kind of a place you don't want to be in as Bravo Force. You know, you've witnessed your team lose 2 games in a row by big goal margins. And now in game 4, Viola, they seem to be bringing back what they had in those first 2 games, and they are going to be trying to do everything they can to bring that same scoreline into their hands.
DSQ Viola, as you said, we don't want to extend into such a disgusting lead, but they're definitely looking to do so. Of course, scored already in the first minute of regulation here. Pep is going to hold on to this one. He can't beat out one. Doesn't beat out Fly, though. Beat out Ender. Can they get over Flashy Boy? Not able to do so. He's going to punt this one downfield. Ender, not with the best control, though. Flashy Boy, does he have a second man in Vino? Not able to come up, though. Tubbsy looking to get that bump, that wants to drive it on that wall, though. But Pappy, he's there as well. Is it going to be someone able to drive it home? They keep it out. Ender with the defense. He does so incredible well. Ender again. He's going to be able to send this one all the way downfield. Is that an open goal? Oh, my goodness. What have we seen?
We've seen it before where the defense gets so scary on Viola and Bravo Force just gets so confident that that has to be a goal. There's no ways that is not landing up in the net of Viola. So they all push forward. They all think it's the goal, and Viola just find a way to get a huge clear out directly onto net. Here comes another shot. Tubbsy off the sidewall. They stretch to the 4-goal lead that we've seen in game 1 and 2. Bravo Force, they're sitting in an awkward position right now.
When it rains, it pours. I think at Worlds we saw Oski score something like that. He made a save and it went straight into a goal as well. So we see you, Ender, right? You trying to emulate just your Oxygen, role models and pros. We see you.
There goes Ender again. Maybe he can cook up something on this one. Not much boost. Gets the touch on the Flashy Boy. There's a follow-up coming from Puppy onto the sidewall. I-Fly demoed away. That demo is really good. Will be another shot coming through. Puppy, though, gets the control out. Ender going to keep it around. There's another touch coming from Tubbsy. Taking it to the sidewall. Looking for the read. Looking for the pass to mid. Does get it. There's another shot coming through from Viola, and they're just keeping that pressure mounted constantly here only in the second half of game number 4.
They're Already 3 shots coming out from Ender. He's scored 2 goals. He's got 1 assist and 1 save as well. Doing all the grunt work here for the side of Viola at the moment. Oh, almost took a stab there as well. iFly looking for a little bit more. Does find Ender with a nice little cheeky pop-up. And so Pappy and Vino trying to keep this Viola team at bay there in the corner though. But it's so difficult to do when you're trailing by 4 goals. Ender from the wall as well as Vino. Again, trying to look for disruptive play, trying to get rid of a defender as well. Pappy, can he pop it inside? Can he find a second man? Doesn't seem to be the case though. Flashy boy, he's able to be a pixel shy though. Ender all the way downfield as well. Doesn't find Tub though. Would have been a real sick redirect though. Pappy from the back of the wall though. But Ender, look at it, cut out that play there as well. Just good reads, good play in the air. He wants to try starve any forward momentum of Bravo Force.
Yeah, definitely. He doesn't want to allow Bravo Force that momentum. They don't want to get them into a position where they think that that comeback could be possible. Bravo Force, they want to bring it to that 2-all game. That's might be an awkward spot, but no one's there to capitalize. Good pass to Tubbsy. Tubbsy, tap to the backboard. Looking for the follow-up. Makes it a little bit awkward for iFly. That ball will be landing up in Vino's hands. 1 minute 22 left on the clock. The time is ticking away, and Bravo Force is still struggling to find the answer to Viola's 4 goals.
Oh, I know, right? It is incredibly tough here, Golden Eyes, because what do you do when you're down by such a big margin here? You've only got a minute of play. And then I think we saw game 1 or game 2 where Amiru was able to get that bump in play and they were able to put 2 on the scoreboard. But, oh no, it doesn't seem to be the case there. iFly with the goal though, but I think someone might have tapped it in last in D here from Bravo Force. Oh, Pappy, our captain of Bravo Force, the last touch, gets the goal for iFly aware.
Now, Bravo, they're finding themselves in a situation. Once again, they have about 10 seconds per goal, and that ball is finding its way back to their own backboard. Beautiful touch coming from iFly, will be kept away by Puppy. Vino trying to push it forwards. Not much time left for the side of Bravo Force, and Viola, they're not showing any signs of slowing the play down. They're not showing any sign of allowing the space for Bravo Force to find those 5 goals that they desperately need. And Ender, he's going to put a nail in that coffin right there with the 6th goal for Viola.
I mean, I don't know, Golden Eyes. Is this just you have to embarrass your opponents here in game week 1? Is that kind of like the script? Like there's 8 more weeks to go, so we might get tired. We might, not want to score this heavily, so we have to really go ham when it comes to game week 1. I mean, 6-0, Viola. They're doing absolute damage.
Yeah, they're doing so many goals. Here's the 7th from iFly. And like we're sitting at a point where Bravo Force's only real option is to try and find a Brazil. And I think the goals are starting to fly in even more for Viola, just because the fact that you're sitting here 7 goals down, 22 seconds left on the clock. Bravo Force's mental is going to be so chalked at this very moment. Whereas Viola, they're going to be sitting on that hype. They're going to be playing their absolute best right now, just because they know as a fact they have managed to keep this series in their hands and extend this lead by such a superb amount.
Well, 7 to the good right now. Maybe there it is. Brazil territory. Oh, no. They keep it out. Nothing coming of it yet. 2 seconds remain. Definitely game here going towards DSQ Viola. So 3-1. Right? We don't get that tie or draw series here. It is going to be DSQ Esports picking up that dub, Lolnaz. And yeah, 7-0. Emphatic win.
Very incredibly done from DSQ. In game 1, they were dominant. Game 2, they were dominant. Game 3, they had a bit of a slowdown. They didn't manage to find that many goals. I don't think they scored any goals in game 3. And then in game 4, they come out ball rolling and get themselves that 7-goal win against Critical Force.
I know, right? Damage was absolutely done there as well. And it was good to see Ender just absolutely popping off, had a stellar game there as well. They swapped out Amiru, they brought on Vino there as well. Definitely kind of sometimes your bench is going to not be warmed up. Maybe he came off the bench. It's fine though. You got to play all the players on your roster there. But yeah, 3-1 DSQ Viola over Critical Force, Bravo Force, Loldenizer. What do you make of it?
Not just 3-1. DSQ, in terms of goals, they're sitting with that 12-3 goals in this. That is such a huge lead. And you can see that they won this because if you look at the pressure, they had 35 shots coming against Critical Force's only 12.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, listen, they stamped their name on the game and the series, definitely. That's how it went down as well. Demos, just a little bit more there, going towards critical force at the end of the day, Loldenizer. But yeah, field domination, 57% as well. So Viola just dominating everything. Greybeard.
Sure.
Is that how it works in rival tiers? Is that like the story?
Well, I mean, what a response from DSQ. I mean, sure, we were hyping up Critical Force, the astonishingly good performance during pre-season, but DSQ coming out storming hot as anything. And you mentioned Ender, and I'm very pleased he's done so well, because he of course is a high school champion with PRG, winning the AGC land just a few weeks ago, and yeah, you highlighted it, Muzz. Had a really good performance.
Oh yeah, no, stellar performance there as well. I was kind of looking down at my notes and thinking Tub as well did incredibly well. They never made a swap for the bench either there, Greybeard, of course, unlike Bravo Force. And so, you know what, we play in the 3, do all 4 games. Let's see how it works. We've got lots of game weeks ahead of us. We can always swap out a bench. So Viola sticking to the guns today.
And then Lolly, I'm not sure if you guys were aware of this, but Cubsy playing injured. He did something, smashed his hand, did something, so his thumb's all bent. I don't know what the details are, but he has an injured hand, and he certainly hasn't been quiet about announcing it. And management pressed him into service anyway. But Lolly, it didn't seem to affect him too much.
Did not seem to affect Hubsy at all. I mean, playing with an injured hand is like, that's the worst piece of your body to break when you're playing a game like Rocket League. That hand, no matter which hand it is, they are very important in doing anything on your controller.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you. I'd like to thank you for your service this evening, bringing us our first 2 series of Week 1 League play. Prospect and rival tiers, and we will have two fresh talent coming in to bring us our next elite game and another rival game. But Muzz and Lolly, thanks for hanging, and we will see you again soon.
Cheerio. Thank you very much, Fabian.
All righty. So just a note on predictions that if it is a draw, all the money is returned. So you get to pick on a winner, but if it does end up in a draw, money is returned, just so you know how that all works. And then I'd like to say a quick how's it to Arid and Goose, who arrived into chat during that last series. And an early comment from Flosi, who said, nobody beats DSQ twice. And I thought that was very brave talk after they had won just game 1, but it certainly turned out to be true. And then I also saw Clerks and Dogman jazzing each other up for tomorrow's game. They of course both play for Dynasty, which is my franchise. So good luck, boys, against XP. And then we had at least 2 first-time chatters in RSC. So welcome to it, That Dally and Zani Lev. Good to have you. Both of them seem to be Bravo groupies, and particularly Flashy. And yeah, they'll be helping to prop up Critical Force so they can come back strong in their next league game. And then Genie, Flossie, Dogman, all definitely dominating the chat this evening, but keep it coming. And of course, Velocity late in the show, but at least he's here. And then at the end, Critical Force coming in hot, saying, oh, well, you lost a final and now you've just won league play. Especially after the diss track they issued. So Critical Force, you got work to do, but no doubt you will come back. And then a quick reminder that this season of RSC is being sponsored by 2 sponsors. Nexa, who's taking care of the prize pool at the end of the season, 18,000 Rand, and our broadcast sponsor bringing you this and all our broadcasts is Genesis Extreme, and they're doing a fabulous job as we go. But now we are halfway through the night's proceedings. So if we have a look at the schedule, we had first up, we had our prospect tier, Swana and Accelerate. That's Unitox and Redirect. That ended in a dead even 2 games apiece. And a reminder that all league play is 4-game series. So there's no best of. And how you collect points through the series is by winning individual games. How many of the 4 games did you win? And that's how many points you get. So Accelerate and Swana each get 2. Bravo Force and Viola 3-1. So 1 point for Bravo Force, 1 point, 3 points for DSQ. And now we move to the elite tier, Queens versus Darkness. And for that, I want to bring in our casters for the final 2 series, Ultrism and Rhino Cast. Are they here? Hello, Rhino.
Sorry, I was going to say, I thought we were just having a little bit of a moment. I'm very sorry. Hello, everybody. Good to be here. Can't wait to get involved in this one. Big game here as we look towards the elite tier. Very excited, Greybeard.
Yeah, and Ultrism, you make an appearance for the first time in RSC this season, but a veteran of the scene. And if I'm not mistaken, is this the first time you and Rhino get to share a booth together?
Oh no, dear friend. We have actually casted before, and I must admit it wasn't pushed on this stage. RSC is one of those places that I keep wanting to just dive back into, and life pulls me away. But every chance I get, I am here, and I'm so glad it's so early into the season as well. With how the scene has grown, RSC is starting to become just like a warm little glow in my heart.
And as well as it should be, because I truly believe the future of our region, and you know, RLCS is its own monster, and we're waiting to hear news of what next season looks like. But whatever it looks like, if we are going to breed world beaters on the global stage, it's going to come out of our high schools. It's going to come out of this community activity, RSC. I truly believe we are going to build champions of the future here. So I share the sentiment, Ultrism. It gets me very excited. So tonight, you guys will be taking us through our last 2 series, an elite game and a rival game. And it is elite first up. So gentlemen, I will leave the 2 of you to talk about it and bring us into the game.
Thank you so much, Greybeard. It's a big night here in Elite. It's Shadow Darkness taking on Dynasty Queens. A huge game in the context of Elite tier. Very excited to take us through this one. A 4-game series as per usual. Ultrism, what kind of things are you expecting to see tonight?
Oh, Elite is one of those very unpredictable monsters to me, right? These are the guys who are just there on the verge of breaking it into the pro scene. There's the names scattered here and there in amongst it that you're going, hang on, that name does ring a bell somewhere in the background. And it's people that I'm really wanting to see start proving themselves. You know, the bottom 2 tiers, you're starting to look at who's making less mistakes in general, who's coming up with individual moments of brilliance that are able to get a goal for you. Here, when I get to elite tier, I'm thinking it's still about the who's making less mistakes, but there's a hell of a lot more consistency. Those mistakes are fewer and far between, and you're starting to get players who've really gotten the idea of the game and are starting to define their own flavor now. And so when we start to look at this Dynasty Queens, the big name that comes out is the captain. S-Falcon is the name that has kind of become renowned in Rocket League in Sub-Saharan Africa and in South Africa as a whole. He's an avid player himself, very involved in the management side of things, but it's so good to see him take to the field. And I mean, when you look at the rankings of the rest of them, Tim Tam is going to obviously have a little bit of work to do to keep up with Terra Bull and a Clever Rabbit. Absolutely love the names as well. But other than that, there's not a single standout player yet from the squad. And I'm wanting to see if there is the cohesion that you need when you don't have a single solid carry to pull you through.
Yeah, I totally agree. And normally, it's one of those things where you would see a high MMR player joining in with those kinds of lower ranking players and getting involved. But no, you said it right there. 2 very top level players in Dynasty Queens. And of course, we take a look at our second team of the day, which is Shadow Darkness. And this time, the captain is flipped around top of the table there. It's you might need to help me with the South African pronunciation of this one. I'm going to go Warhide.
Oh, not even close, friend.
Okay, I went for the German.
Waarheid, which is truth
Okay.
in Afrikaans. So, please, guys, my Afrikaans is terrible. So I'm sure Twitch chat, you guys are going to have lots to say about
They're going to
this.
help us.
But there we go, Waarheid.
Farhade. Okay, I'll do my best. But yeah, obviously that the captain 15-8-5, high rating, and he's going to be the one to really kind of try and take this Shadow Darkness team through this series. You can imagine he's going to be almost a captain coach. He's going to be helping them on the field, calling the plays, and he's the one that you're really going to look to as that focal point for this Shadow side.
You know, it is something that we have seen a lot of, and I'm very interested to see what his role is going to be. We've seen it in terms of like the top teams like Limitless, where Snowy was for a long time the dominant performer there, but he played a defensive role. He kind of led from the behind, where he allowed his two more chaotic players to have a bit more space up front and then see what they could do, and then he could always re-engage. And having someone strong like that in the background is really nice because you know that they can carry the length of the field. Whereas if you're going for more of a lead from the front, you're really hoping that person has a lot of skill behind them to try and make big, impactful plays consistently. So very excited to see what this team dynamic breaks out to be.
Yeah, it should be really interesting to find out from both of these teams. I mean, we saw a lot of Dynasty in the playoffs, in the preseason, of course, lost in that semi-final to DSQ, but still put on a really good show, only losing 3-1. That is nothing to scoff at. That DSQ side here in in the elite tier is also fantastic. But Ultraism, do you have maybe a prediction? Do you maybe have an inkling as to who's going to take this one?
See, no, you're doing the same thing Greybeard likes to do to me.
I am.
Asking for predictions with zero information behind, and I've grown in my career to the point where I don't feel like I have to. This is week number 1, man. You can't bait me into this. So, Rhino, if you're brave, I'm prepared to hear it, but let's see.
I am not brave, but I tell you the prediction that I will make, Ultraism, the prediction that I will make is that we will have a very closely contested game between both of these teams, both Shadow Esports and Dynasty, putting on a very, very good show for all of our wonderful viewers tonight. I have no doubt that is the case that we will get to. So, I mean, I'm unsure if we have the game ready. I think we do. We are getting into game number 1. 5 fresh minutes of Rocket League. It's Thursday night. It's RSC. It's Elite Tier. Dynasty Queens versus Shadow Darkness. It's going to be Waarheid trying to take the first goal. And he will. Bottom left-hand corner. 3 seconds into the game.
Wow, 3 seconds. So predictions certainly don't carry any sort of weight until we get right down onto the field. And I mean, that's a great way for a team to start off there. Darkness taking an early lead. It's again, just, you can't rely on kickoff goals to carry you through a series, but damn, do they help.
Oh, yeah, they definitely help. And by the way, S-Falcon is actually playing on the side of Dynasty, which is in place of that top rank that we were talking about, Terra Bill. So we'll see how that works out. Right now, it's Shadow Darkness who have the upper hand. Going to be picked up by Waarheid once again as it goes onto that left-hand side and back across the middle. B will try and clear this one away, and it's going to be tracked all the way by Tim Tam. And now all of a sudden we can settle into this game a little bit, and everyone has enough time to collect boost and get defensive positions, etc. Ultraism, and we can kind of start fresh.
We can start fresh. A little bit of demos to start us off there. Some puffs, some smoke, a bit return the other way as well. Lego's going to be up. Be with them as well. Bails out really nice and early. Waarheid makes a good pass towards the center, but composure coming out from B to make sure that they don't dive into that. And some nice mechanical skill as well. Doesn't get the pinch off the roof. Puts his teammates under a little bit of pressure, but no scattered play in the background just yet from either of these teams. Both so far looking like they're here to put on a good solid performance and really show off.
Yeah, week 1 is all about doing just that, trying to get the perfect balance between being solid and showing off. There's a chance here for Avoxy, but he's not going to be able to get that one. Waarheid will try and pick this one up, looking for the pass back. It's intercepted by the Shadow defense. As this one, sorry, the Dynasty defense, my fault, as it's going to be S-Falcon off that back wall. Waarheid will send it away. It's going to be picked up now by Avoxy inside. B, can you get there? Doesn't really have the boost to make it work. S-Falcon will be able to shepherd this one away, moving down that right-hand wall. Getting a shot on goal as well. No boost to follow up, so easily cleared by Avoxy, who will now try and turn this one inside. Counter-attacking play. Waarheid can't get there. It's going to be B to take a shot away off the backboard. and it will be once again collected by Dynasty.
I'm really impressed with Darkness's ability right now to maintain composure on the back line. I mean, they have had basically every one of these shots really well covered. They're not diving too aggressively when they go forward. That's a really nice demo to set up an opportunity, but they're still not throwing too much desperately at any side. No, not like that, just as I'm praising you. The little touch backwards off your own roof to send in the own goal. But barring this play, I think that Darkness has had really solid defense up until now, where Queens has seemed a little bit more scattered and has pushed up a little bit more aggressively.
Yeah, totally agree. And it's just unfortunate that B sends that one into his own net, because, I mean, you know, now that gives Dynasty a way back into it, and now they've got their tails up. It's away by Evoxy, but still, Dynasty Queens trying to pressure this one. It is eventually sent clear. But, I mean, Dynasty Queens will take a lot of momentum from that first goal, from getting that equalizer, and you would imagine that it's now in their favor. It's just down to Shadow Darkness to stop that aggression, stop that momentum, and turn it back in their favor, as Varheid will try and collect this on the right-hand side. It's Rabbit trying to find two. It's a double commit from Dynasty, but I don't think any Darkness player is going to be in a position ready to capitalize. Maybe I'll eat my words as Varheid gets close, but it's away by Tim Tam there on the far side. And Shadow Darkness just trying to get the foothold back in this game. Oh my goodness, an attempted demo there. Didn't come through. And now a chance for S-Falcon to make the counter-attack. Ball falling inside. Varheid, you got to clear this one away. He's not done it. Oh, it's off the sidewall. It's away on the line. 1-1 still the score.
How does that not go in? Oh goodness, this elite tier gives us moments like that will take your breath away. And great composure. I must admit, Varheid made that as hard as possible. He had a lot of work to do retreating backwards, but a great follow through from Darkness to be able to get it out. And more importantly, really nice offensive opportunity from Queens. And this time, they are not going to be denied. Great carry from Tim Tam up here onto the wall. Beats out two players and then comes off the wall to get that extra little touch. B was trying to shadow it the whole way, but unable to cover that last final touch.
Yeah, I think B had solace in the fact that he had a full tank of boost. Was like, there's nothing you can shoot at me that I can't save now, and was sadly mistaken as S-Falcon doesn't get that one. It's Evoxy off the backboard. It's away by Rabbit for the moment. Challenged by B is it's now Darkness putting all of the pressure on. Saved away by Tim Tam on that occasion. Now Evoxy trying to keep this ball in the Shadow Darkness half, doing a good job of it as well. It will be collected by B onto the right-hand side, intercepted by Falcon, wonderfully pass inside. Tim Tam, can you get there? Yes, but the shot is on the floor, and it's going to be an easy collection for Queens. They have 35 seconds now, Ultraism, to try and find that equalizer and take us to OT.
It was an easy save, but I must admit the intention was there. Nice passing play, shows good construction by the Queens. And this time, Tim Tam once more going to be able to pick it up. Just a good clear from the backside there, managing to get up to it and lurking with a presence of mind to just get the most subtle bumper on it. Queens, after a difficult first half, and especially the first 3 seconds, have pulled ahead into a decidedly confident victory.
Yeah, it looks like they have 20 seconds on the clock for Shadow Darkness to prove us wrong. Varheid will try and start the charge. Plays it downfield off the backboard. No one follows in. They are out of position. Evoxy takes a shot as well. Cleared massively by Dynasty, right back to the other end. And if there was any doubt about the result of this game, number one, the doubt is now gone. And it's Dynasty Queens taking it, as you said there, Ultraism, in relatively convincing fashion.
Yeah, I'm very interested as to how that entire series kind of panned out then. I mean, the points, B with only 54 on the board there, and 2 of those coming from demos. I love that, but otherwise, it kind of belies this. I certainly wouldn't say Tim Tam was a standout carry player for the Dynasty side, but did certainly make the final shots count, playing much more aggressively than his teammates. 7 shots to the name there is a great, and then making the tracks back to get the 2 saves is a fantastic play. But everyone on the field seemed to do a pretty solid job whenever they were called upon. And I mean, like I said earlier, the first half did seem to have Dynasty a little bit pushed backwards, but their intention, their mindset, where they were trying to play the ball, the little 1-2 passes was such a nice sign of life. And I think if they can keep that up, they will put pressure on any team they come up against in RSC this season.
Totally agree. I think it's a really interesting strategy, as you said, where Tim Tam is pushed that little bit further up the field in some plays where Shadow have maybe overcommitted, maybe committed 2 or 3 men forwards. You leave Tim Tam that little further up the field so that if you get that big clearance, he's going to be able to get on the end of it and get that goal for you. That happened a couple of times in game 1. We'll see if Shadow Darkness are able to adapt and maybe change the tune in game 2.
Darkness would love to get that early goal once more just to set themselves off and settle the nerves a little bit. They're putting on some great aggression right now. Voxy going to go back here, decides not to challenge this. This was something Darkness was doing well, is closing down the space early in that game number 1. And this should be a nice intercept play. Fortunately, Voxy sends it a little bit too far to the side. Would love to have taken a straighter shot or put that onto the backboard for someone to follow up. But nice 1-2 plays, keeping the possession on themselves. This one, again, a bit high and across the net. Unable to find purchase. But the control of the tempo for the first minute was really handedly in the hands of Darkness.
Yeah, it certainly was. And there's going to be a chance that, I thought that was going to be a redirect play there, but Varheid intercepts. He's moving back down the field, looking for the passing, but there's a good bump on the back lines. And actually, there has been a substitute as well for Darkness. Deadly Dom coming onto the field in place of B. So we'll see if that changes a lot. Rabbit trying to make sure that it doesn't. Dom going to try and clear this one away. It's into the middle, dealt with just about by Varheid, but that's a very heart-in-your-mouth moment, Ultrism, when you make that play.
He does like finding the finer points of his own backboard when clearing it. But if you look at that structure afterwards, there was a big gap down the red side of the field afterwards that Darkness tried to punish. And they've managed to at least take possession right now. The dunk comes in from Deadly Dom, and that could have just as easily found the back of the net. Still, we remain scoreless for both of these teams. It's really who comes to the breakaway. A good bump, by shots just wide.
Yeah, it's going to be in from the captain again. Looking off the backboard, it's on target. Good save by Tim Tam when required. Back in from Avoxy, looking for his captain. Off the crossbar, it's out. Whoa. How on earth is that saved? Rabbit with heroics, and Falcon will finish the clearance. I mean, Shadow Darkness must have felt for all the world like they were going 1-0 up there, Ultrism, and it's not come to pass with still 2 minutes 45 on the clock.
Again, Varheid just skirting around the outside of the goals, whether his own or his opponent's, it doesn't matter. But again, the possession game dominated here by the Darkness side. Dispossessed suddenly by Tim Tam in the corner. He's got some teammates waiting in tow, looking for anything that pops out awkwardly here. Darkness has work to do, and they've linked together spectacularly to get it down towards the other side. Tim Tam making those tracks, tries to get it through. Again, a nice dunk comes through. Falcon decides to leave it towards a clever Rabbit, and we'll see if he can pull a trick out of the hat. Passes towards the center. Deadly does cut it off nicely. Tim Tam once more just cramping up Darkness, making sure they can't control the tempo like they have been doing thus far.
Yeah, Voxy did really well to get by, and again, it's going to be Varheid looking for the shot. It's saved away at the near post, and now a chance for a counter-attack once again. Clever Rabbit down the left-hand side, flicks past one, but Dom will be there to match him, and now moving down the sidewall again, beats Tim Tam. Has more to do, though. Falcon is waiting. The pass back to the captain. It's hit the post! Varheid's so close, and maybe he's going to get it this time. It's Clever Rabbit to clear this one away, and Shadow Darkness have had, I want to say, 3 or 4 real clear-cut chances that you'd be surprised if they didn't go in, and every single time they've been met with a fantastic save, or they've been kind of the masters of their own destruction.
Certainly much more dominant in terms of the offensive opportunities here has Darkness been. And I mean, Varheid responsible for so many of them, and yet still, like you say, heartbreaking moments, fist-clenching moments here for the Queen side, I'm sure. But eventually the pressure has to culminate in a goal right now, and that's exactly what it does from Darkness. Such a high ball comes out from Dom and then follows it through off the roof. Great read high up above Falcon's head. Before he can read it, eventually we do get it. It's taken 4 minutes, but Darkness always felt like they were going to draw first blood.
He really did feel that way, and I mean, Falcons are very well known for their flight, but he got beaten out there by Deadly Dom, as it's going to be Clever Rabbit looking for the immediate response. Away by Avoxy for the moment, down the right-hand side. Varhi trying to do his best, and it's going to be now Dom on that right-hand side. No boost to speak of for many of the Darkness side, except for Evoxy, who does try to take that shot there, gets the 100 boost, but just can't really capitalize too much on that. And Tim Tam wins a huge 50, big dunk there as he moves back down the other end of the field. Varhe trying to get that one, and he will be able to clear it away. The aerial dribble, the reset, pinch clear by Dynasty, and with 20 seconds on the clock, they desperately need to score now. Back post, Clever Rabbit comes in, just can't get to the ball first. Tim Tam tries to come across that side wall, but every second that ticks by is another second towards a victory for Darkness.
Tim Tam put paid to Darkness's hopes in the first game, can't do it this time. Ball loose in the center, and Darkness going to be content with the clock just running out in regulation there with a single goal to their name. And I think their ball speed really was a difference maker in this game. We're able to get to that constantly. And on the other side, the dunks, it was all about the dunks, being able to go through. They were pushing up as a squad together, was this Dynasty side. And yet there was just no free ball left available towards them. Everyone from Shadow matching each other neck and neck in terms of points. And I mean, everyone besides Evoxy taking a vast number of shots there, basically equaling out their entire opponent's side there. And the saves tell a story as well. 5 forced out there, 2 from Tim Tam and 3 from Clever Rabbits. But it really just was that extra one little touch that from the Deadly Dom.
Yeah, and I think a really interesting stat on that screen is the field domination. It was 50-50 in the first game, and it was only 52% in favor of Shadow Esports this time, which I don't know about you, Ultraism, but that seems like a fake stat to me. I thought Shadow really dominated the first like 4 minutes at least of that game. Maybe Dynasty started getting into it later, but for some reason, it like, I'm really shocked by that statistic that showed on that screen.
It tells the story about where the ball was, but not what it was doing. Because definitely, I can imagine with all the dunks when the ball slowly trickles back down to the Shadow net, but those didn't look potent. They didn't look like they were shooting opportunities. Darkness, for sure, had far more of those balls. It didn't spend a long time in their opponent's heart because it was going straight at the goal and then deflected out the other side. So certainly a misleading statistic, but one that we can excuse at the end of the day. The game series points come out to a single game apiece for these two squads. We're looking now for the tiebreaker. Of course, in this 4-game series, it is possible for the two teams to tie it out, but either one of them would love to take a good way to pad their stats going forwards. And Tim Tam gonna try and do that with some physicality starting forwards with Falcon following up with the shot. Third one comes through there from a Clever Rabbit, and suddenly Darkness, the team that's cramped up on the backside.
Yeah, and it's going to be now a chance for Darkness to move back down. It's Varheed once again. Rabbit gets it onto the side wall. Dom tries to find this one across, has about 29 boosts to get this one there. Clever Rabbit sends it away. Double commit from Shadow should be dealt with by Dynasty, and indeed it will, as Clever Rabbit just goes by on that one. It's the Shadow captain once again, passing inside. Evoxy trying to take it past one defender, has Dom inside, but again, met right there. The 50s being played perfectly by Dynasty to keep Shadow Darkness at bay for the moment, but you can feel that tension, you can feel that momentum building.
True, a very true statement. A nice, good cross-court play to come back, and the finish is there. Clever Rabbit picks up the lone ball in the center, completely loose. Great pressure caused in that initial shot, and Varhe just unable to get purchase on that to clear it out of the danger zone, and Queen's going to take full advantage.
Yeah, and as you said, 4-game series. One of these teams would love to lock in a draw in this game number 3, and it will be one of them. It's just, and right now it's looking like Dynasty Queens are going to take it, but there is still plenty of time left in this game as Evoxy looks for his captain. It's going to be sent away by Tim Tam for the moment, and actually that might be a shot on goal. It's going to go high and wide, but following it is Falcon. He's got one wide. Oh no! And Deadly Dom gets the clearance. Shadow Esports scrambling on their goal line, but eventually they get the ball clear, and realistically, Dynasty Queens are going to feel very, very chagrined they were not able to double their lead.
Absolutely. Falcon, he didn't show up in terms of the points tally, and this was his opportunity to make up for it right now, and he puts it wide, and that is the heartbreak that comes with this elite tier. Even on those open net opportunities, it's never a sure thing. Eventually, Queen's going to have to settle themselves with just a single goal for their efforts. Still with a 1-goal lead, though. Going to be happy about it. Falcon going to have another attempt. Sends it high towards the sky. No one going to be able to follow that through. And Darkness look to put on a bit of a counter-attack in the second half.
Yeah, they're going to try that. It's off the top from Rabbit, looking to go low now as it's intercepted by Evoxy off the backboard. Chance for Rabbit to get his second, but it will be cleared away by Deadly Dom. Now moving down that right-hand wall. Will be intercepted by Tim Tam, but Evoxy hurries him and tries to play that 50, but it gets pinched back to the Shadow Esports side. And 2 minutes left on the clock. You know Shadow really want to step on the gas pedal, but I tell you what, Dynasty Queens are doing a fantastic job of suffocating them in their own half, making sure that ball does not cross that line.
Yeah, I mean, Darkness has been fantastically efficient with each of their plays. They get it past one and then settle for a 50 or even get it past the second. But there just seems to be such good rotations right now coming out from the Queens. They're backing themselves all the way to their half. They're not diving past the halfway unnecessarily. And it means that there's always this ball ricocheting back towards the white net. And once more, Voxy now, he's going to send it high. Maybe this is Queens overextending a little bit. Desperate attempt from Varhate to try and come back in there for the extra shot. And now the counter-attack goes the other way. Voxy has work to do. Manages to slow it down. Great control from this player right now. And helped out eventually by Dom. We go back and forth in this tennis match. But still, the 1 minute left is all Darkness have, considering how much they've been restricted up until now.
Yeah, you said something really pertinent there. It does feel like it's a bit of a tennis match right now. Left and right, back and forth. Shot in from Clever Rabbit away by Dom as now Tim Tam takes a shot. It's going to be cleared away once again. Right at that near post, and a demo as well onto that Queen's player. Oh my goodness, so close to a second and maybe another chance. Tim Tam takes a shot off the crossbar. Oh my goodness, the woodwork being rattled. That one comes through away by Evoxy as he now tries to clear this one for Shadow Darkness. And I tell you what, if Shadow Darkness are able to come back in this game, if they do get a goal, which may come now, ball across, Evoxy, turn around, please, as he tries to get there at the back post. 20 seconds left, but Dynasty Queens, as I was saying, will feel like they probably should have had this game locked up before this last 10 seconds.
Oh, it'll be heartbreaking for them if they give it away right
no
now.
way.
The buzzer, it goes up above the crossbar. Varhate was there for the shot. Second one coming in from Dom, turned aside. Queens have held it. Is their last final breath of fresh air? Voxy can't get it towards the center. And at the end of that, like you say, Dynasty just with a chokehold over this game. And right now, Rhino, this is where I'm interested to see that stat that we were pointing out earlier, because this was definitely not field domination. That looks a lot better. 64% towards the shadow side. Towards the shadow side?
Yeah, I think we've had a problem with that graphic for a little while. I think it was probably on the Dynasty side, to be honest. Yes. I think the numbers are just a little bit just flipped. But I mean, look at the points though. Shadow across the board got a fair few more points than the Dynasty side, so maybe it was the other way around.
It all comes from saves though. No, 100%. Like, there's a reason. That's 6 saves is going to get you up towards the 500 points there, but
that is very true. But I tell you what, Dynasty, it felt like, again, I said it in the previous game, in game number 2, where Shadow felt like they dominated the first 4 minutes. This time it was Dynasty's turn to completely dominate the game for a solid 4 minutes at the start of that game. All of a sudden, Shadow started to come back into it, get those plays working, get those passing plays, get the shots on. And you did hold your breath, because if Dynasty had if it had gone equal towards the end of that game, they would have been kicking themselves for not finishing that game sooner.
Yeah, I mean, they had so many good opportunities. We saw it. It was kind of a scramble defense forced out of the Darkness back line at the end there. They were coming off the backboard. They were coming down towards the goal. There were 2 or 3 players up, and they're really going to have to settle their mentality if they're going to stay alive now and try and force this out towards a draw. But you mentioned it earlier, Queens having secured themselves at worst a draw in week number 1 here of the RSC Elite Division. And going to see if maybe that pressure that they built so well and take a couple more of those opportunities. Here's one straight off the bat. It's going to clear against both of the posts. And somehow the woodwork MVP of the night once more.
Yeah, they say the post is a goalkeeper's best friend, and B goes down the other end. Falcon can't get there. Evoxy credited with the goal as Shadow Darkness. They get something on there. It's just flicked off of Falcon's like top of his car into that bottom right-hand corner. He can't catch up with it. 1-0 to Shadow Darkness, and maybe, just maybe, we're heading to a draw.
Oh, I cannot actually believe that right now. I mean, I did point out in the first game that Queens has a propensity to overcommit a little bit, and all their players were far outside of their goals, near that halfway line, so there was no one to cover for the worst case scenario. But you don't typically plan around their own goal deflection into your own net, so I'll give them a free pass on this one. It happens to everyone. It means that they've got 4 minutes to now try and make amends in this, and Darkness have tasted finally that little breakaway that maybe they needed to rally their passions for this game, and going to be looking to extend that. They've got a shot towards the back line, and once more, Queens punished because of a vacant back line.
Yeah, Tim Tam, I think maybe just wasn't able to get the touch that he was expecting. Wanted to hit it down towards the Darkness goal. Wasn't able to do so, and in the end, it's Darkness to capitalize once again. Fantastic goal, 2-0, and they're going to be feeling pretty good about their opportunities to get the equalizer, and maybe, just maybe, it's a stroke of genius once again to make that substitution. Deadly Dom moving off the field, B coming back in, Evoxy moving forwards, hits the post twice, and if you, oh my goodness, you know how people say, like, you get FM'd, right, if you play Football Manager and you lose a game 1-0 when you had, like, 5 XG. This feels like getting Rocket League as Tim Tam moves right the way back down the other end, gets a goal in the middle, and I mean, you hit the post twice at one end, the other team comes back and gets a goal back. Ultraism, that's one of the worst feelings in Rocket League.
We should be further ahead right now, and now we're only a single goal. You gotta think that's going through the mind. Probably keeping calm on the chat, but that certainly does shake up the Darkness a little bit and adds a little light to this matchup right now. The Queens have seen that door cracked open a little bit, and gonna have to take it all the way to their own back half if they want to start putting together an offense. They're linking together well, though, so they're going to be able to carry on going through there. And Darkness needs to be careful because they look so good when they have the confidence behind them. B back on the field right now, swapping Dom back onto the bench, and it's going to show off why they deserve to be the first string roster. Queens still yet to really get hold of this ball, and Evoxy sends it up high. Is there going to be the follow? There is a bit of a tussle on the goal line, but no shot forthcoming.
I'm curious. I think that might have actually been a tussle between teammates. I think that was two Dynasty players trying to outdo each other on the goal line. In the end, they weren't called into action. But it's going to be B now, getting in front of the Dynasty backline. Ball inside. Oh, my goodness. The Shadow Captain almost getting on the end of that one. Evoxy, no, that's not the pass you want to make. That ball is going in. It's Tim Tam from downtown with the leveler.
Oh no, Evoxy, you see your two teammates go in for an optimistic play, and the only thing you need to make sure you do is buy time, and that perpendicular shot into the wall pops it out towards the center, straight into the waiting arms. And even though the open goal is the most difficult mechanic in Rocket League, Queen's going to take that with glee and come to level the game. Suddenly not just looking on the verge of leveling the series or settling for a level series at the end of this. They suddenly have a chance to win this. 2 minutes left to decide that.
Yeah, Tim Tam going to try and do it again. It's over the bar. It's S-Falcon to keep the pressure on, but it's Varheid again to try and get this one clear. It's off the backboard. Falcon can't follow. Evoxy with a huge clearance, and now the counter-attack can spark for Shadow Darkness. Looking for the pass back. It's a little too heavy for B, who will try and make the best of it. Varheid coming off the back, off that left-hand side, gets a shot on goal. Difficult angle, but it will be dealt with by the Queens for the moment. Ball off that top corner, away by Clever Rabbit, and it doesn't seem like Shadow Darkness have pulled the panic trigger yet. They're not pushing all three men forwards. They're not desperately trying to get that goal. And hang on a minute, Evoxy over the top, looking for the double off the ceiling, not going to find it, and they will move back into a defensive position.
It was the right setup. You again bait Queens into a more aggressive position. Now Varhead going to take to the sky. Got a Voxy with them. Connects onto that. I think the shot was a bit wide, but the intention was certainly there. And Darkness have found themselves with the confidence that they need. A rare miss in the corner there as Falcon putting his team under pressure. Tim cuts off the intercept quickly. Varhead sent scuttling back to rejoin the team of Darkness on their own baseline. Nice chip up and over. Once more, Queens have to scurry back into their own half. Tim wins a crucial 50 and is now looking for someone to help him out, but gives the ball away for a shot, and Clever Rabbit has to save.
What a save that is from Rabbit. Varhead going to try and get this one across. It's over to the back post, and there's no second man following in. The Shadow Captain once again trying his best. Evoxy into the middle. It's going to be cleared away at the near post by Falcon. A demo on the backlines will be ineffectual if the ball remains in Shadow's half. It's off that right-hand side. B keeps it up, trying to flick it forwards. Off the backboard, dealt with for the moment. Will it fall? It will, and we have overtime in Game 4.
It's fair. It is the only fair conclusion to this. We really are sitting at two teams deadlocked in this match right now, and it's so difficult. It's so tempestuous when you have an entire series like this. The difference between a tied up game number 1 for these two teams or dominant 3-1 victory for the Queens, and Queens nearly clinched it out there. Now Clever Rabbit alone, skirting back towards their own side. Evoxy tries to push it up off the roof. Broken away, taking advantage of that loose ball as Queens. Tim going to push it towards the center. He's been the dominant aggressor here for the Queens. The Darkness don't let it hang around their side for too long. And in fact, Evoxy shut down by Tim. And then suddenly Varhead has to do the work once more.
Yeah, it's going to be Falcon off that side wall on towards the Shadow goal, but they deal with it. Varhead moving back down, gets past one. Does he have the boost to finish it? No, he will be met. We've played a minute of overtime now as the ball played inside. It's going to be a chance for Rabbit. B just about cuts that one away into the corner where Falcon is waiting, but a big clearance from Evoxy means Shadow can spark their counter-attack once again, and the tennis match returns. Back and forth we go as it's going to be Varhead trying to get this one moving forwards. Rabbit away on the sidewall. Can he flick it past some members of Shadow? Not really, but a double commit could cause problems. Falcon moving forwards. B intercepting, a minute and a half gone, Ultraism, and we're still no closer to figuring out who's taking this Game 4.
Oh, it's going to be an explosive finish. I can feel it. It almost feels like it's going to be a counterattack where one of the teams just lets that pressure get to them, and the big match temperament fails for just a moment. They put too many people into an optimistic attack, and then it's punished down the other side. And right now, Darkness, they are the ones looming in front of their opponent's net. Ball comes out. Tim sends it down long. B with the patience there to not dive into the play. Now has all the space. Doesn't manage to get the mechanics over the top, but at least finds his teammate on the way down. Varhead dispossessed by Tim who's been aggressive once more. His pace around the field allows him to get into position. B now looking for Varhead. The pass is gone. The shot is even better. We have a level series to finish it all off.
Captain Fantastic for Shadow. Darkness finds the goal, but it's the pass from B that sets him up beautifully for that finish into the top right-hand corner. Great work from Shadow Esports to find the passing plays, to find the chemistry, to get that goal and equalize the series, win Game 4. And there he is, a captain's performance from Varhead.
Absolutely phenomenal there from every one of these players, and the synergy that just came together from Shadow. I think that maybe there was a little bit of hubris coming out from this Dynasty side where they were going, okay, we can finish this. We've managed to get those 2 goals back, but now we just need to finish it off. And they ended up throwing a little too much in there and eventually gave away that counterattack opportunity. But that final goal was just sublime. I mean, the entirety of the series was of a high caliber, but that was just the perfect cherry on the top to finish it off.
Absolutely gorgeous. And here you can see the post-series stats. I don't expect these to be particularly different, but there are a couple of differences there. A lot more shots from Dynasty than Shadow, a lot more saves from Shadow than Dynasty, which is the complete mirror. Makes sense. But I mean, I really do have to say that goals tally. I don't think that's right, but
That's
Maybe
for
it
a
is.
single game at some stage. No,
Yeah.
there's no way. The bottom half is where I really want to draw the attention to, because we talked about the deadlock of this matchup. And I mean, assuming these are all correct, 53% to 47, boost consumption separated by 300 points. Field domination within 2. I mean, that just really shows each team had their own unique flavor, which is something that I really was looking for in this Elite Division. But the different styles clashing in a beautiful way to make some music. And I believe we have Greybeard back in with us right now. An exciting start for the two of us here on the desk, at least.
What a banger of a series. That was fantastic. I mean, I was rooting for Dynasty, of course, but yeah, I think a fair result in the end, but very, very well played. And I did have, it occurred to me, I don't know if you spotted it, but a clever rabbit, his name is just too long to actually fit inside the overlay. So he's been a clever rabbi. So I thought I thought a great opening line to a joke would be a clever rabbi and an angry falcon walk into a bar eating a Tim Tam.
Do with that what you will, right?
Love that. Yeah.
I amuse myself. I enjoyed that very much. All right, Rhino, your standout player. If you have just one.
I'm finding it really difficult to look away from Varheid. I struggled to pronounce his name for the entirety of the game, but it was him who really got pulled the strings for Shadow. I thought he was excellent on the field today. Not to say that, the Shadow players didn't play well around him, because they absolutely did. And making those substitutions at the times they did proved to be exceptional kind of man management from Shadow. But yeah, the Rock, the man that just continuously kept playing incredibly well, getting the 50s, getting the goals. Varheid for me stood out from Shadow.
Rhino, you can just call him the Truth.
No one can handle him, apparently.
And for you, was there a standout ult?
The woodwork. The one kill is jokes aside, on the other side, it was the man leading the charge. Tim Tam was phenomenal. I mean, in game number 2, I think it was. Actually, no, game number 1. The ability to put in so many of those shots, had some great individual plays, whether it was just connecting, being in the right position at the right time, or actually beating a couple of the defenders. I think that spearhead that he provided for the team allowed the other two to kind of work their way up behind them and provided a lot of opportunities. So, I think Tim Tam definitely deserves a bit of a shout out there.
I'm a fan of Tim Tam, but I have a little bit of history with him, because we've been in lobbies together, and he often teams up in twos with another guy, and he's often been less than kind in the chat in terms of how I play the game. So Tim Tam, or if you know Tim Tam, tell him I shouted him out on stream. All right, then I'd like to welcome in chat, first time chatter, Myron Shalen. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Welcome to it. I hope we'll see a lot more of you. And Queen's got 76% of the channel point prediction, but all the money returned because of the draw. And then Sparky, the general manager of Shadow, was very vocal in chat. Shadow, Sparky, we're missing you here in the caster booth. I hope we'll get you back here very, very soon. And then a shout out to Popcorn, big Dynasty fan, out there supporting and shouting his voice for Dynasty. So yeah, we see you. And then of course a great Flace combined with those two were doing all the heavy lifting. So there we go. Thank you very much, guys. And I think we are ready pretty much to look at our final series of the night, which is we're going to go back to Rivals. And I don't know your initial thoughts on our last game, as we'll see the schedule for our last game of the night. But Ultrazim,
Rivals is an interesting tier to me. I mean, this is where you get people who are trying to figure out exactly what the best. They've just broken through the gotta hit the ball at every stage, and now they're starting to finally figure out their own personal mechanics. What I'm looking for these two teams is who's linking together as a squad. That is going to be the differentiating factor. And I think the team that pulls together the best here, people who can actually not just hit the ball or try and go for every individual play. You know, I don't know what it is that has changed in the scene, but Platinums should not be going for air dribbles and backboard resets and flip resets, guys. That is not your priority right now. Those mechanics are solo mentality. In a threes game, you cannot beat a good team on your own like that. So being able to spread yourselves out properly, follow through, get the rotations back, don't try and cut through in the center. That's going to be the defining factor for me, and that, I think, is going to be what I'm most keen to see.
All right, gentlemen. Well, the next game is about to get underway, so I'll hand it over to the two of you to bring us our last series of the night, Rhino and Ultrazim.
It's rival tier. It's the last series. It is Redirect's Momentum taking on Unitox Gelfi. I'm going to try and get this right. Gelfi, as we move forwards. And I thought my problems with pronunciation had been left behind me in the third series of the night. Turns out it was just the beginning, Ultrazim.
No, you did a spectacular job of that. I must admit, in preparation for this match, I went onto Twitter because they guys were pushing that, how to pronounce our teams. And
they were.
I don't know what the B is doing in the middle of that word.
Yeah,
but
it's just there.
The secret is don't look at that word and then try and pronounce it. You just got to keep the Gelfi in your head at all stages. But very excited to see these two teams coming out. Again, week number 1 has all of the mysticism. So I don't know, Rhino, are you brave enough to put a prediction on this?
No, not when we have a look at the team here. It's going to be Rex, Razor, Chaos, and Chadster. I mean, yeah, we talked earlier about the difference in rating, but this is Redirect's Momentum we're looking at here, who, it has to be said, were so unlucky in our pre-season tournament. They came third in their group. They were like a point behind Prolific, who went through to those playoffs. They missed out by that much. And to be fair, Ultrazim, I think that's actually quite a good result in preseason, because it means you come into the regular season with a massive chip on your shoulder and a point to prove.
Certainly, definitely. It gives you the confidence. It already shows that there's a good amount of cohesion and chemistry between the players from get-go. So that's something that you're obviously going to be wanting to build week after week, this being the RSC. But, I mean, when you're starting like that, you've got the chemistry, you've got the motivation now, you've got something to prove. Certainly going to be coming out then. We get a very interesting lineup from the first team that we saw. And now when you look at the Unitox squad, they're much more lateral spread of ratings between the players, where previously the other team had 2 really high ranked players and then one who was a little bit lower behind, about 200 points lower. It's kind of the same sort of dynamic that we had in our previous series.
Yeah, and you can build a team either way and be successful. I want to make that very clear. It's all about the dynamic that you're able to find. So if those top players decide that they're just going to solo everything and they don't care about the team and they're just going to try and get the goals, you've got a big problem. You need to make sure that certainly at this level, even if you've got ranks that are a little bit different, you all need to be reading off the same hymn sheet. You all need to be playing the same game. And I think that is going to be a real challenge at the moment for Redirect. But again, with that team cohesion that they found in preseason, I get the feeling they're going to be relatively okay moving into week 1 with where they line up and where their positions are.
Absolutely right now. I mean, communication is the backbone of any good relationship. We all know that. And so it does come down to that. Where that tends to fall apart is in the pressure situations. When people start keeping quiet and they almost feel like they need to take it onto their own shoulders. If you can avoid that sort of basic trap, then you should be fine. And I mean, sometimes having 1 or 2 good players can kind of start the momentum, but it's a threes game. You're going to need to get everyone involved at the end of the day. And so certainly I wouldn't put one team's style or distribution of points as a defining factor going into this, but it's just interesting to see how the two of them will develop into that. But guys, we are going here into the final game of the night. There's been 3 phenomenal showings so far, and this one certainly going to be one just as good going here for the final game of week number 1 in RSC season number 3. Momentum versus Gelfi.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge game, as it's going to be Sora looking for this one away by Razor into that right-hand post. It's Stolze clearing, back in from Rekt. It's over the bar and will be dealt with by Sora. But I have... oh, hang on a moment. Karma's just going to take away my point, and it's going to be saved away by Razor. In that preseason tournament, Unitox and Redirect have already met once. Gelfi finished the group stage, 3 wins and 1 loss. And guess who that only loss, that only blemish on their record was against? That's right, Redirect Momentum. So a very interesting point where Gelfi are going to be looking for revenge as much as Momentum are.
Oh, there's so much to prove for these guys. I absolutely love it. There's stories that are starting to develop out of RSC, and the two of them have matched toe-to-toe right now. Momentum with living up to their name and having certainly a good look at their opponent's goals, and then being forced to retreat a little bit more. Sora going to be able to push this up, and Karma looking to push it towards the center. Gets it too softly off the tires and it dies in the middle, but will at least hang around their opponent's goals here on the wasteland and looking to cause some carnage.
Yeah, it's going to be now Rekt moving up, trying to get this challenge on the sidewall. Ooh, doesn't find it. Razor scampering back towards his net and will be dealt with there by Chadster. Back in from Stolze, but it's going to be cleared away there, you would think. Karma plays it inside. Rekt gets demoed by Sora, and actually, Chadster doesn't have any boost to work with. That one's up to the bar, and it's in from Karma! A perfectly placed positional shot to get Unitox 1-0 to the good.
Are we going to call that calculated, friend? Are we really?
I think we are.
It was a perfectly placed shot right there. Unfortunately for the defender, just hesitating a little bit on their own line, gave too much space, and Karma lines it up and has all the spots to aim at right there. Decides to loop it in and over, and such a difficult play for them to deal with. Unfortunately for them, they still have to deal with stuff on their own half, and thankfully turned away for just a second. This one ricochets dangerously back towards the net, and Rekt has to push towards the side. Razor trying to get that ball out, pays with his life for his efforts. It's up now to Chadster to set it high and long. Rekt coming around, try to turn it back there.
I actually quite like that pass. Razor comes through, gets the reset, looks for the pinch. It's not quite going to be found, and these are the kinds of solo plays that we need to have a look at from Redirect, and if they start to become a habit, then maybe, just maybe, we're having a discussion about some communication issues. It's Sora moving that one forward. Chadster collects, now looking for the pass in field. Doesn't have the boost to go alone, and it's a good clearance by Karma, and Stolze makes sure that they finish that one off. Sora takes a shot, it's going to be cleared away, and Chadster will collect for Redirect, but you know that they are going to be looking to try and tie this series as soon as they possibly can. Tie this game, sorry, with another 2 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock. Still plenty of time, but you can see that Redirect is starting to move forward, starting to get more possession and get back into the game. There you go!
Oh,
that there.
goodness. Yeah,
what is the opposite of cast a curse? Because that's what's just happened.
The blessing.
The blessing.
Yeah. I mean, that's great. Like you say, the momentum that they were starting to build up, pun intended, was fantastic. Nice. They worked methodically up that left-hand side. A little bit of a fortuitous bounce out of the corner. You can never quite predict those. But the smoke screen that was sent up ahead, and they're going to do it again. This time, just denied out. Once more, MVP, Mr. Woodwork there, does come into the play. But I mean, the more you practice, the more shots you take, somehow the luckier you get. And that time turned aside, but Momentum certainly showing all the right ingredients right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Luck is preparation times ability, or something along those lines. There's a saying there, I think, that some people say. But at the same time, you do need to get lucky in some Rocket League games, and at this point, it does seem that Momentum are doing very well at that. Karma moving down the field, looking to get this one past Chadster. Not able to do so at this moment, but it's back inside from Unitox. It's away by Razor, who will try and get that clearance. Doesn't quite hit it enough, and now Sora pops that ball past, looks to get it at the near post, hits the woodwork, and once again, we need a... Karma firing into the bottom left-hand corner, and the woodwork can't save that one.
Wow, okay, calculated team pinch. Karma has got this rule book, every part of the physics down into the atomic scale right now. That was a rocket that came in. And yeah, I'm sticking with the calculated play. You do this over and over again, I'm starting to be a believer here, friend, because Certainly, teammates going up together. The power of friendship dominates, and Gelfi managed to bring back that goal lead that they got so early. Now just 44 seconds that they have to defend on it.
Yeah, and it's going to be a chance now for Karma to come across. Not going to get there. Razor clearing. Stolzy will collect, gets the 100. Now clearing that one up to the halfway line. Redirect, trying to keep it there. Karma once again, not going to get the clearance. That one's off the ceiling. Chance for Chadster. Looks for the top right corner. What a finish! Chadster gets the equalizer. And that there once again is shot placement like I don't know if I've ever seen before in Rival. We are being treated tonight.
Yeah, no, that was a sublime play. I must admit, that was exactly where Chadster needed to put that ball. I mean, the first bounce is obviously the most dangerous, coming waterfalling off the backboard there, and considering no one from Gelfi was able to get hold of it, there's your only opportunity, because the next attempt, Chadster did far too well to be able to get to that. And so 44 seconds was all they needed to defend, and breaks away now to the final 5. Gelfi going to take towards the sky, send back quickly towards their own half, and Karma a long way to go if he does want to try and finish this in regulation. Momentum, giving themselves a final look, but game number 1 is straight into an overtime in this match.
Yeah, straight into an overtime, and we mentioned it at the start. It's two teams, both with something to prove, both with reasons to try their best to get off to a hot start here in RSC SSA regular season. And I mean, it's now going to be Stolzy trying to clear this one away. It's Razor. Oh, that's got a chance. It hits the post once again. Cleared away. Chadster trying to make this one off the side wall. It's going to be cleared away at the first time of asking. And Gelfi now starts to come with a counter-attack. Stolzy trying to get the better of his marker, but doesn't play the 50 perfectly. And now Redirect move back down the other end of the field.
Great pace there. Gelfi managing to just maintain this possession for so long. Settles for a 50. Chad's gonna have a long way to go. He's got Rekt and Razar in tow just behind them. Doesn't manage to roll it around. Cleared away. Followed up by Sora. Now with a bit of space. Rekt just buys the time for the team. Settles it down to the halfway, but quickly reclaimed here from the Gelfi side. They've been great at this. Constantly looking for those loose balls, and great attempt by Sora to take it up nice and high. Chadster sends it a long way down the field and gives away possession immediately. Alleviates the pressure for just a second. They certainly haven't found their purchase back into this. Gelfi once more back into it, led by Karma. Another shot. Sora gets a good 50. Scuttles across the field. Ricochets. Razar trying to take control of it, and Rekt with a beautiful touch. Upside down there. Gets the shot afterwards and tests the goalkeeper.
So close. A minute and a half gone in overtime. Karma. Oh, that's a nice demo onto Razor as Stolzy tries to get this one. Rex not getting the clearance necessary. Karma down the right-hand side looking for the double. Not to be found. Cleared away by Chadster, and now it's Redirect looking to move back down the other end of the field. Razor sitting back. Now is his time to strike. He misses. Wide right. And I think Redirect probably had a better chance there than they realized.
Yeah, double committance to the corner. You just had a single player to beat. You could take the time if you needed and make sure that shot counts, but instead, Gelfi going to be straight away back into the attack. They had a moment of trepidation on their side, shall we say, that they had to worry about, but other than that, that was Momentum's opportunity to clinch this out. They're going to have another one right now. Travis just pushes it wide. It didn't look like there was any defender, and Rekt can't find a succinct close to this match between the two of them. Instead, once more now, Momentum finally building up a little bit of a presence on this side of the field as Razar tries to challenge it towards the center. A bit of a loose ball again. Chadster going to be the one to intercept it, but pace from Karma just too much to deal with.
Yeah, something really interesting, by the way, is that neither of these teams have their top salary players playing, of course. Wavy on the side of Shadow, and it is, of course, Domino on the side of Unitox. So neither of those two playing in this game, which makes it very, very interesting indeed. Sorry, not Wavy. It's Chaos not playing for Redirects. That's my fault. But still, the lowest salary playing 3 minutes 13 on the clock for one of these two teams to find the goal! And it's Razor to get the finish and give Redirects the victory in game number 1 after over 3 minutes, Ultraism, of overtime.
3 minutes, and it just seemed to be calming down for half a second. We didn't have anyone putting on extended pressure, and then suddenly out of nowhere, Chadster coming off the wall with an absolutely critical dunk there in the midfield, creates the opportunity, and Razar, the rest of this momentum side, they've put on the pace the entirety of this match, and the follow-through was so quick afterwards. But a valiant attempt from everyone here. I mean, shots totaling 9 there for the momentum sides and 11 on the other. I mean, that shows you that both these teams are coming into this with something to prove. Like we said earlier, it's coming to the fore in terms of slog it out.
Yeah, I like the demo stat as well. Redirect's getting 6, Unitox getting 5. We are getting physical in Rival Tier tonight. As those demos coming through.
Absolutely fantastic. And again, no big distinguishing factors, I would say, between the two play styles right now. They're both able to combine good team passes. That's what I said to Greybeard at the very beginning. There really was that awareness. We saw that one little pass backwards that you highlighted from Rect. Just that awareness of, I'm behind the ball, but my teammates are pushing up. We can just chip it up a little bit and someone can follow it through overwards. That's the sort of things that I love to see. But we also saw a lot of individual mechanics. I mean, Rect was doing really well at the wall. Razar was constantly putting on pressure on his opponents. Everyone there, I mean, Karma had some nice shots there. And even if we do want to put those down to luck came from him being in the right position. He was there. It was right in front of the opponent's net both times that he was able to then turn a 50 or a team pinch into a goal. So certainly lots for these two teams to play through, and no real breaking point between them just yet. But momentum, of course, going to be ecstatic that in such a close game, they're able to pick up first game. But first goal of game number 2, immediately into the hands of Gelfi.
Yeah, I mean, Sora just flying through the air. Karma with the pass up. And none of the Redirects players expected that one. A quick, swift, 5-second kickoff goal into game 2. And that immediately shows you that Gelfi are not here to mess around. They want that game back. They want to equalize this series right here and right now. And it's going to be Rex to try and stop them doing that. Chadster at the back post tries to get the ball inside. That's a wonderful angle, but Stolze will be able to clear it away. And Unitox just about finished the clearance. But very, very good signs from Redirect's momentum to bring this game back to a level position.
Cannot believe that took the 3rd defender from that angle, but it did at least get cleared out, and it's up to momentum now to do some backpedaling as they go high up in front of their own nets. Chadster going to be trying to take it onto the wall, immediately counted out by Karma, who was there coming in afterwards. He settles with just a puff of smoke afterwards. Stolze puts himself in a dangerous position. Chadster going to take advantage, is high in the air, and Razar was there for the touch. But with that angle, so difficult to read. See if momentum can clinch this out still. They're in and amongst around the goal lines. Rekt tries to return the favor. Sets up another shot, but that one also doesn't manage to find anything. Finally, Gelfi find an answer down towards the other side. Has to still beat out Razar, and Sora gonna tussle that one through. Great pass comes through. Shot was there. Karma just puts it wide, and the counter attack looms.
Yeah, but Redirect are stopped in their tracks. Razor plays it over to the opposite side. I thought Rex was going to be able to collect that one. Sora goes by as well. So now Sora gets past Razor, finds the pass in field. Chadster goes by, Rex intercepting. That one might be on target anyway. It's not moving particularly quickly though. Karma will be able to deal with it. Razor at the near post, away by Sora, and it's sharp defending from Gelfi, you've got to be honest, as Stolze gets that one across, gets the interception, does Rex. Razor with the shot at the near post, and that angle is very, very nice from Razor as Momentum find the equalizer with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Like you say, a resilient defense offered up, but eventually the 50 that ricochets to the other side of the field, a difficult bounce for Sora to take care of, and the shot immediately picked up and put on, not just with placement, but with some venom behind it. There sinks into the back of the net, evens up game number 2 after the first 2 minutes. And again, both these teams they're having such great opportunities and making so many of them count. At least in terms of the percentage. Now on the other side, Gelfi looking for the pass back down towards the center. Razor up to the task and has found Rekt to be able to really put up some pressure once more onto this Gelfi back line.
Yeah, and it's going to be wrecked once again. Half of the game now gone. We are all level, and we knew after game one this was going to be a very closely fought, very tight game. Rizal with a big clearance. Sora into the corner, tries to find a teammate. Big clearance from Redirect. And now Gelfi have to reset once again, recover that momentum, and hang on a moment. Rex won't give them the chance. It's Chadster intercepting that one, looking for the pass. Rizal comes in from deep. Sora clears it away. Rex there at the back post, but can't get it on target. Triple commit coming in from Redirect. Turn inside from Karma, but Chadster is back in time to make that last-ditch save, and very close to a swift counter-attack from Gelfi, moving back down the other end. Hold on a minute. Chadster won't get there. Karma, big clearance. Rex is equal to it. And speaking of equal, both of these teams are very, very equal as we go into the final minute and a half.
Absolutely. I mean, Momentum had the progress on their side for the longest time. Suddenly, they're the ones now. Gelfi has launched an attack. Now it's Momentum straight away. Good clearance of the backboard. Awareness of where the danger is going to come in. A little bit of a breakaway, but Momentum's rotations have been sublime right now in the last couple of minutes. They've been able to push so aggressively down the field, and Karma making life difficult, puts it up in front of his own net. The second touch from Sora is not there. Does finally manage to collect it, pops it up. It's got Karma just following and shadowing behind there. Unable to put that in as an effective shot though, and Momentum again make their way back towards their side of the field. Now they're going to have to do it one more time. A little bit of an overlap, hand off to Sora. Sora tries to find Karma. Cannot rotate it around in terms of a first attempt shot, but they're at least here, and they've certainly sniffing for any moments of weakness in their opponents.
Yeah, absolutely. Well played low there from Stolze as it's pinched across the field. Just about 30 seconds left on the clock as Karma moving forwards, looking to get this goal that would almost certainly win Gelfi the game. It's popped up there again, but unfortunately Unitox cannot capitalize right now, and Rex will be able to clear that one down the right-hand side, looking to get past the stout defense that Gelfi have shown. Big demo coming in from Karma. Will it be effective? Rex off the top. One coming in. It's going to be Chadster, who just can't get the goal. And it may well be that we go to a second OT of the series. But Rex, he tells me to shut the hell up. Looks for the dunk into the top left corner. And that is certainly a brilliant way to win game two for Redirect Momentum.
Man, just when we thought the caster's curse was going to be working in the favor of the players,
I know, right?
We start calling the overtime, and Rex picks up a fantastic, a sumptuous, as Greybeard loves to call it, pass out of the corner. Difficult shot, and he makes absolutely no mistake. Gets it in under the crossbar, and Redirect a well-deserved victory there in the final 5 seconds. They had to fight from behind to get back into this game, but Rex just a sublime player, a fantastic player. I mean, on the walls, in the air, he was setting his teammates up. This, even though the points are only just ahead for him, this was the Rex show.
Yeah, it was. He's been playing exceptionally across the entirety of the series so far, and you could credit a lot of the reason why Redirect are 2-0 up to that man right there, that MVP, who is really starting to take charge of this game. But at the same time, again, you got to give credit to Rezar and Chadster, who are also playing exceptionally well. But again, it's one of those situations, Ultrism, where I don't want to pick people out because these games are so close. We went OT in game one. It was 1-goal game in game two. Unitox are not here to be rolled over. They are putting up a very, very difficult showing here. It's just Redirect. They might have found their final form in week one.
I mean, you can see why these guys ended that preseason at the top of the table. I mean, with such good records behind them, they are playing brilliantly. There are very few unforced errors from either of these sides. In fact, there's so much preemptive nature towards a lot of these plays. You know, there is starting to be a little bit of a different style that I'm seeing coming out of the two teams. Gelfi going for more of the passing-based offensive attempts, whereas Momentum going for the shot off the backboarder styles. But I love it. Both of them have full credit behind them, and certainly each of them have found their successes in their moments. But it's up to Gelfi now. The best that they can hope for is a tie in this. But Momentum setting themselves up for the greatest week one they could ever ask for. They've got 2 more games that they need to fight it out, but they've done well up until this point.
They have, and it's going to be cleared away here by Karma down the line. Sora maybe getting a little confused there on the sidewall. Not sure which way they were playing. You're playing down the other end. As it's going to be Rex now trying to put this one across. Sora won't be there. Back post. Chance for Razor, but dealt with by two Gelfi players. It's Chadster off the corner now, looking for more off the bottom corner as well. Near post. Cleared away. Pass back is not quite there. And now Gelfi might be able to spark a counter-attack, but they have maybe taken just a couple of seconds too long to get that ball back down the redirect hub.
Yeah, it all comes down to these next 5 or 6 seconds, whether they can force it in front of the nets and wear out that momentum. But Rex doing too well, carries the ball perfectly in the air, buys the time for the team, even gets it across the far side. Razar now taking control of this, floats it up towards a teammate. Shot towards the corner from Rex was a little inopportune for them to follow up with anything else, and gives Sora a little bit of space, who tries for the 50, but Razar sending it towards the corner instead, and has to be quick to follow up on this now. Chad was also there looking to just try and cause consternation for his opponents, but methodical approach from Momentum is getting them progress down the length of the field, and Chadster again just being a nuisance towards his opponents, backed up by his teammates. Now Rex gets involved, pushes it down. No one, of course, wants to dive in when it's that close to your opponent's goals, but Momentum have completely shut down the field step by step.
Yeah, seems that way as Razor comes in from deep now, looking for that left-hand corner. Will find the pass back to Rex, who gets a lovely cut on the ball. The angle is so improbable, it's so impractical, but it is found by Rex into the middle of the goal. No Gelfi players there to make the save. And we have, I said it before, but we really have Ultrism been treated to some wonderful, wonderful goals tonight here in the rival tier, and that one is no exception.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, the angle was a difficult task to ask of any player at any level, and Rex just makes it look easy there. Manages to find that half a second of unforced errors on the other side. I mean, Gelfi, they just seem to be matching toe-to-toe, but taking half a step back in every one of the engagements. And a little bit of a lucky break there. I'm going to go with a really nice fake out for this extra jump, but it's got so much space to work with. Cuts in front of Sora, and then, oh no, it's the dive across. Just unable to read that. A little bit too much pressure on you as the last defender. Going up away from the ball gives Momentum a 2-goal lead, and this is one that I think that they are going to look to exacerbate.
Yeah, I get the feeling you are right. Razor takes a shot. That's the captain. Not able to get that one to go. Chadster back inside. Chance for Rex once again. Has he found the bottom left? He's hit the post. The woodwork doing work on Driftwoods, as it probably should. It's fitting, isn't it, that the woodwork does something here in the forest, as it's going to be Razor trying to get this one to go. Chadster playing it forwards. No, not quite. As now Stolzy tries to get this one forwards. And you just feel at the moment, Ultrism, that Gelfi, hang on a moment. Rex is going to find the top right-hand corner. Great finish. I was going to say that Gelfi have really lost their rhythm. They're really starting to struggle to find any kind of foothold in Game 3.
Yeah, the previous play, they could not get a decent clear out. Here the ball goes backwards, and a moment of brilliance there from Rex. The awareness to turn around on that midfield line and take up the first man mantle was brilliant. I mean, Rex again just showing off why he is, so far, no spoilers, but leading the charge for my MVP of this match. It is really just a different approach to the game, where you are not just worried about what you're doing when you've got the ball. It's that awareness of what you're doing off the ball, what the flow of the game looks like, and then being ready to push forwards. And going to be called upon here, I'm sure. There, ball pops out towards him. Soft shot, well dealt with by Karma in the pre-jump. An aerial play takes a shot down the other side. Finally, Gelfi looking to get a bit more wings under them in this game, but they've only got a minute left to try to find an answer to these 3 goals.
Oh, hang on a moment. Whoa, that was a great chance from Karma. It's just going to go wide. Sora tries to pick up the pieces. It will be Stolzy looking to try and get this one, but again, can't get in front. Chadster's won it. It's going to drop, surely. It's Chadster who gets his goal now. And Redirect Momentum are running riot in Game 3. 4-0, 50 seconds left. And Gelfi, it may be a situation of just trying to get that game number 4 and reset your mental, because this one is essentially done.
Essentially, at this stage, no answer. And that would be the first part of this, is just at least get a goal on the board. Right now, I feel like Gelfi has lost a little bit of their mechanical prowess. They're rushing these shots, they're diving out of the way. Not the clean hits that we were getting to see from them earlier. And then you start to distrust your teammates as a ball in a dangerous position there. Dealt with summarily towards the side. And Karma with a little bit of a breakaway. Actually, a lovely chip up there. Goes for the air dribble. And he gets the dunk to finish it off. Sublime play all the way from the moment he keeps his team back in this. And this touch, the roll of it around the car, was everything that he could have asked for. A beautiful montage-worthy clip there. And Gelfi at least shows some life.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous from Gelfi, as they will hopefully use that as some, momentum moving forwards into the next game. Pun not intended. As it's going to be back inside as Karma tries to get that one off the sidewall. It's onto the back from Sora, maybe looking for one more for the road. The ball will drop there, though. And it's Redirect once again to get the victory. And this one significantly more convincing than the two that came before.
Yeah, and I mean, this feels good, right? If you are this momentum side, earning 3 points, guaranteeing the victory for tonight here for your Redirect squadron. And I mean, with that many shots, I mean, the shots on the other side is really a good indication of what was happening with Gelfi. Only managing to get 3 up, and it felt like at least 2 of those were in the last minute or 30 seconds or so, because otherwise they would just step back, they were pushed back. They came out guns blazing from the beginning, and then just kind of didn't have an answer.
Yeah. And I think that's a really big point that you make there, is it feels like Redirect have been able to not just adapt, but maintain, right? They have been able to keep that level from game 1 right the way through the series, and they are still at that level now here in game 3. It feels like Unitox have just struggled to maintain that level that they were showing in that game 1 and 2. They've now started to fall off a little bit. It's not quite clicking. That mental's maybe not there. Now is a chance between games to reset, recalibrate, and try and just have that discussion between yourselves like, okay, we have lost this series. That is locked in. However, individual games cause a lot of problems in the league later in the season. If this is the only game you lose it by 3-1. Don't lose it 4-0, because you could still have a chance at going to those playoffs.
That's why I love the format of RSC. Every game has something to play for. This is not just an academic exercise, and Gelfi seemed to realize that immediately into a great attack to start us off there. We got people following there. Stolzy was ready, waiting for that play. Great turn comes out from Sora to put on the pressure. Razar has work to do now. Needs it straight back onto Sora. Now everyone else has to come backwards from momentum, and Sora still keeps it alive, trickling in front of the net. Desperate defense forced out there. Razar looking to put it down there. Sora once more onto the backboard. Gonna be a difficult task here, and momentum seems shaken suddenly by the sudden onslaught.
Yeah, I mean, it's an absolutely chaotic start to game number 4. All over the place in front of Redirect's net. There's another chance here cleared away. And now the counter-attack begins from momentum. Chadster over on that right-hand side off the corner. It's going to be tried to find it in the middle. Not quite going to get there. Razor off the backboard. Followed in, maybe. No, the clearance from Karma is good enough. And Gelfi have got back into a nice defensive formation now. Rex plays it down. It's going to be picked up by Sora moving forwards. Rex intercepting right there. Karma keeping that pressure on for Gelfi. Round the side, looking for a teammate. Cleared away by Chadster for the moment. Who will react first? It's Unitox. It's Sora looking for the shot at the angle, but Chadster will be there with the save. And Redirect's momentum, I mean, they don't look 100% comfortable in defense right now.
That's an understatement. 100%, 50% comfortable right now would be a generous offer towards them, but they've found a little bit of a breath. Rex comes in, and there's no answer to the ball. Loose in front of the net, comes softly off the backboard, and Rex goes, you know what? That's fine. I will take this. Gets the boost in the corner and everything, and just the save was not there. Calculated shines across the screens, and momentum after being pummeled is a good word that I feel is quite fair right now. Suddenly, come back swinging.
But that's exactly the point, I guess, is like, if you don't take advantage of a shaky defense that you're against, they will get a counterattack. They will push back against you. This is a 5-minute game, but hang on a moment. Karma there doing exactly what I said they weren't able to do, telling me to go and shove it as he gets that shot from the side into the middle of the goal. Gelfi level, and I should shut up.
Absolutely not, Rhino. We love having you here. It's the unpredictability of this game right now, where Gelfi looks strong and get nothing except punished, and then suddenly they come out of nowhere, and we were going, oh no, once more Momentum going to take this series quite cleanly, and suddenly Momentum's eyes are opened right now, and they take a decent attempt towards it. Karma, having claimed his prize previously, content to do the goalkeeping work. Still work to do. Chadster creating space. Rex going to reinforce that, and Sora gets in a pivotal push out towards the side. An extra touch on top of it enables Stolzy to take a charge forward. Chadster coming out of the corner, not going to have anything on this, and the dunk from Karma. Now, once more, Momentum's defense is going to be tested for all their metal.
Yeah, it's going to be Chadster now looking for the pass. Rex is there. He just jumps past it, just doesn't judge it quite well enough, and that's a wonderful play from Sora. That one's going to find its home over the third man, and that third man push maybe was a little bit preemptive, wasn't 100% going to get to that ball. Sora sees the opportunity, flicks it over the top. Gelfi leads 2-1, and as we said, Ultraism, this game is not a formality. It's important that Gelfi win this game, and they are doing everything in their power right now to make that a reality.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Momentum, whether they're just shaken from being on the back foot for so long or just a little bit overconfident from the 3-0 scoreline in the series, but they definitely pushed up far too much, and Gelfi took full advantage of that, of course, led by Sora. And Sora once more now puts in a clash towards the opposite corner. Karma charging towards it, comes off the better. Razar has to try and get this out there. Chad doesn't manage to get anything controlled on the ball, and instead leaves it up to Rekt, who gets dispossessed immediately. Once more back down to Razar, who's got a good clear on that, at least buys some time for the team, but the possession not in the hands of Momentum for any extended periods. And Sora taking to the sky, puts the pressure onto the backboard, and two members in tow, they can still make something work. Karma tries to find a teammate down there, and just look to reclaim it off the wall here and get it down. The pass is good, and Solsty going to be taking a soft shot. There, Sora though eventually breaks through, and Gelfi takes firm control of game number 4.
Yeah, it was a rough game 3 for them, but they have come back fighting in game number 4. Exactly what we wanted to see from them. Stepping up as we get to the end of this series, which is super, super important moving forwards in the league. You don't want to finish that first game losing 4-0, because that can really hurt your mental. And it looks like Gelfi are not going to meet that fate, as they will try to get this game number 4. We're not done yet, just under a minute remaining, and we know what Redirects have been able to bring so far in the series. We know they are very dangerous moving forwards. We know they definitely could score 2 in the next 50 seconds, but as I've said before, every single second that ticks by, Gelfi are going to be breathing easier and easier.
I mean, you mentioned at the end of that last game the fact that Momentum was able to sustain their quality of play for so long over the 3 games. Right now, it seems to have completely swapped around. Momentum have been the ones to drop off, and Gelfi, led again by Sora, are the ones who've stepped up back to their old shining apex, but maybe even surpassing that zenith to get a 4-1. And right now, you've got to think, 26 seconds, 3 goals. This is where Gelfi has managed to at least score 1 back.
Yeah, and they're going to be feeling pretty good about this as well. They've started to make it click, and this is only week 1 as well. You have to remember that these teams are still gelling. They're still figuring out exactly how to play, and that's going to be 5 and 15 seconds on the clock. Unitox, I don't know whether Redirect have checked out of the game, whether they're, just kind of done with it, or if Unitox are just on another level right now, if everything is suddenly clicking into place like a jigsaw puzzle. But I mean, they're really showing up, certainly in the last kind of half of this game number 4, and maybe they're going to look for one more. Sora looking for this one. It might find its way home. It hits the post, and it will be sent away, and our dreams of a trip to South America will be put on pause.
You know what? I think Gelfi just smiles through that last one coming off the post, most relaxed about that. But the main thing right now is I feel like this is a much more fitting score line for this series. I do believe that Momentum over the entirety of it was the better team, but it was close in game one. It was close in game number two. It did not deserve a clean sweep, and Gelfi come back and put paid to any rumors or any worries. They do at least claim that single point onto the back line.
They do, and it's super important that they do for the future of their season. So yeah, really happy to see Unitox get that point. Really, I mean, Redirects did the damage, right? They got those early 3 games. Maybe they took their foot off the pedal a little bit in game 4, but hey, either way, I really thought Gelfi played incredible Rocket League in that final game, and you could see it there. I think 72 ball possession or whatever it happens to be, and we can look at the series stats here. Now that's more along the lines of what I'm expecting to see goals wise from a 4-game series. That makes more sense. 10-9 in the end to Redirect just shows you how close a majority of this series was.
And the fantastic thing is, again, we're separated by just 2% on ball possession or 1% on field domination, boost consumption, a little bit more in the favor there of Redirect. We did talk about their good rotations, but the stat that jumps out of me right now, besides the goals being almost neck and neck, is the fact that Gelfi, with those shots, 10 clear of their opponents and 11 saves forced out as a result, and the benefit of momentum there. So it's not like Gelfi wasn't fighting tooth and nail at every stage of this competition. And it just was that last game that showed that, guys, we are a team to be reckoned with for everyone else waiting here in this division. So Greybeard, at least an exciting end to what was a very exciting first half of the series as well.
Well, we got denied the sweep. With the early goal from Momentum, I thought it was going to be a sweep, but notwithstanding the fact that we didn't get the sweep, it was the Chads wrecked with a razor. But
Yeah.
But 94% of the channel point predictions went for Gelfi, which means the 6% on Momentum have cashed in huge on the channel points. So well done to whoever put their channel points on Momentum. But yeah, great series. And it was quite funny watching that, because I realized late that I needed to be paying more attention, because this is my tier. Rival tier, so I should have been watching. And there were a few times I went, oh, that play was terrible, and then went, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Please tell me, someone in the admin, I need to be casting the game of Greybeard right now. Remind him of this moment right now.
Well, I have said at least one week in league play, I'm going to, someone else needs to come and host, and I want to have a game on stream, because I want to know what it feels like. All right, so Ultrazim, to wrap up the series, what was any standouts for you? Players, teams, your thoughts?
I more than alluded to it. I basically said it out straight earlier. Rekt was a phenomenal force to be dealt with. His play at every stage was great. He was making good rotations backwards, but his greatest potency came in the offense. And it was belied by the stats in a certain way, because he wasn't normally the one scoring all of the goals. I mean, he got a couple of great shots in there, but I think it was game number 2 especially, he was lobbing passes up towards the center. I think he had 2 or 3 in a row that his teammates just were not able to get on the back of it. But I mean, he did exactly what his job was, and was able to get some nice little mechanical movements around there as well. So Rekt was someone that I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on going forwards.
Nice. And your closing thoughts on the series there, Rhino? Yeah,
I mean, I do want to shine a light on one of the Unitox players as well, actually, because I thought Karma had a fantastic game, a fantastic series. The lowest salary on his roster did not look out of place in that team at all. I thought he played incredibly well. Got a few really nice goals in there as well, certainly in the first 2 games. Really impressed with Karma, and I'm sure he's going to be a massive asset for Unitox moving forwards in the season. But as far as closing thoughts go, it's not as widely spread as you think by looking at the series score. This game went right the way down to the wire on those first 2 games. Could have gone either way. We really could have been looking at a draw. We could have been looking at a Unitox victory. It's fine margins that decided tonight's series, and that's exactly the kind of game that we want to see as part of RSC SSA. That's why we love it here. So yeah, super cool. Tonight, Redirect had the ice. Another day could go any which way.
Well, we have 9 weeks of league play, so this is not a sprint. It's not about right here, right now, tonight. It is, have you, you might come out of the blocks quick, but have you got the stamina to repeat it 9 weeks in a row? So one week done, 8 more to decide who are those top teams that'll go into playoffs. But that brings us to a close. Rhino and Ultrazim, outstanding casting. Thank you for being here and calling the action as it happened. And to the two of you, I will say bon voyage and adieu. Thank you very much. And that will bring us to the end. I will say though, I did see you, Color Cold, slipping into chat, as well as Spoods and Exapade and a couple of others who joined late. Even Tubbsy was there. His injured hand not preventing him from chatting, which is very good. And that brings us to the close of week 1. We are steaming through the season, but it has begun. We're underway. 8 more weeks of league play still to come. Of course, we're going to have the Just Saying podcast on Sunday, where we will break down all of the action from week 1, the top plays, the top players, and a very, very special reveal. It will be earlier this week because of RLCS Worlds Finals, so probably around 3 o'clock it will be announced on Twitter. Keep an eye open for that. But that brings us to an end. Thank you all for your involvement in chat and being the great community that we are. We're going to be raiding the Gatu Meow, so when you arrive there, tell him how's it from RSC. And I'd like to thank all of the people involved in the production today. Of course, the casters, Muzz, Lolanizer, Rhino, and Ultrazim, but also in Twitch chat, our mod Hannibal doing the action there, and then our match admin Heinzchen, and of course our broadcasters Desolation and Duploy, all of us combining to make a fabulous night. And from me, Greybeard, and all of them, to all of you, peace. See you on Sunday.
And what a shot from Kirika, taking that off the ceiling, underneath the ball, and straight down the middle.
Oh, there it is, out of the blue!
2 seconds left on the clock, and the Joker finds something out of nothing.
Now, that pass from Shadow was immaculate, playing it straight down center. He just had to get a touch, and it's all he needed.
Sonic has a chance, it's an open net if he sees it. Looking for the shot downfield, goes into the corner, Kilogram!
just in front of the net. Nuke barely keeps it out there. Dies on the goal line. The last shot, it finds it through. Entity gonna pick it up.